Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. Hashtag Luke.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coop.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today. You know what, Reid? You might be on to something.
All right, here's what's going on in the nest.
The Vegas Golden Knights, the opponent for your Edmonton Oilers this evening. Another key battle in the race for playoff positioning in the Pacific Division. The Oilers currently with a slight edge on the Golden Knights for second place. The Oilers coming into this one with 79 points, Vegas with 78. They both have 10 games remaining. LA, the best non-playoff team in the Pacific, 4 back of the Golden Knights, 5 back of the Oilers. Anaheim in first place and looking very good to hang on to that. They have a 5-point lead on the Oilers, and they are going to play the Calgary Flames tonight. Busy evening in the NHL with 13 games coming up. So the Oilers now 35, 28, and 9. Vegas 32, 26, and 14. The expected goaltending matchup is Ingram against Hill. Connor Ingram for your Edmonton Oilers in his career against Vegas. Pretty good. 3-1-1. 2.83 goals against average, 909 save percentage, and a shutout. Aiden Hill for Vegas, struggling this season with an 868 save percentage against the Oilers in his career. Now, this is regular season. 3-5-1, 2.83 GA, 891 SUVPA, and he does have a shutout. The Oilers have won the last 4 regular season meetings against Vegas, and then, of course, they also had that 5-game victory in the playoffs last season, so they've done very well against the Golden Knights recently since the Olympic break, and this is a key stat right here. The Oilers are a very mediocre 7-6-1 since the Olympic break for 15 points. Vegas 5-10 since the Olympics, 5-10. So the Oilers 5 points better than the Golden Knights since everybody got back from the Olympics. Quick scene set there. We'll dive more into this matchup. We have some comments later on from head coach Kris Knoblauch, from 2 of the guys the Oilers got just before the trade deadline. You're going to hear from Connor Murphy and Jason Dickinson as well. Luke Gazdic is on the show today. That'll be at about 3:40. The Oil Kings start their playoffs tomorrow night against the Saskatoon Blades. That's a 7 o'clock game at Rogers Place. That'll be a good Friday night game. They also have a matinee on Sunday. Jason Smith, the head coach of the Oil Kings, is going to join us this afternoon. And from our very own morning show, from the Nielsen Show, Dustin Nielsen will be on between 5 and 6. So we're going to have a fun show, get you ready for the game, talk about some other stuff. I know that our leader and mentor here, our spiritual guide, Matthew Iwanek, going home early to watch sports. Well, it's Italy against, where is it, Cuba? I wrote it down. Italy against Northern Ireland.
That is correct.
And the winner of that game plays the winner of Wales versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. And then the winner of that is in Canada's group at the World Cup this summer. So
Quite the path.
So this is vital, right? Isn't that right?
They need to win this game for World Cup qualifying. I think.
This is a little 4-team pod
They're
to make the World Cup.
1-0 right now, Reid.
Italy up 1-0?
Minute. Yep.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that one. Iwanek may not be in a very good mood if
He said
Italy
not
loses.
to talk to him if Italy.
Well, I don't have a problem with doing that.
Sounds like an everyday thing.
That's a standard day for me. Reid, you can't talk to Iwanek today. Oh, really? Oh, that's shucks. That's too bad.
Oh, man.
That's really too bad. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that game as well. Lots of baseball games going on. Koob will keep those scores updated in his in his sportscast every 20 minutes. Blue Jays don't play until tomorrow, right? Against the looking for a home Athletics. Well, they have a home, but it's not ready. Aren't they playing in Sacramento? Why couldn't they have just called them the Sacramento Athletics for a couple of years? Does Sacramento not even want them? It's like, yeah, they can play here, but we don't really want to be associated with them.
The Nomad Athletics.
I don't know.
The Traveling Athletics.
Basketball tonight. You know, they call it the Sweet 16, Coop.
Because there's only
16 teams left. All right, so I brought my bracket for some comparison. So we don't have a work pool. We didn't do maybe I didn't go in it. Maybe I was left out.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't invited because I'm so ornery.
Yeah, I wasn't
They're like, man,
invited
we don't
either.
really, you guys were like, we don't really want to read in the pool. He's a little much.
Well, maybe Maddie set it up and you just didn't talk to him.
Oh, maybe. That's quite possible. So where's the schedule for tonight? So Texas plays Purdue. Now, is that today? Yeah,
That
today.
is today, yeah. 5:10.
Texas plays Purdue. So where's that part of the bracket here?
Well, that would be the West region. So on the right side of our bracket. That would be
that's
right.
blown up for me. I had Gonzaga playing Miami. That's over. So that I can't get any points out of that one. That's not good. Iowa plays Nebraska. Also completely blown up for me. I had Florida playing Vanderbilt. So the winner of that game does me no good. Arkansas plays Arizona. All right, I have Arizona advancing. Now, I had Arizona playing Wisconsin, but nonetheless, if Arizona wins, I'm good. I have Arizona going to the Final Four. And Illinois plays Houston. I had this matchup.
Oh.
I had both those teams making it this far, and now I have Illinois winning the 3 over the 2. And then I had Illinois beating Florida to go to the Final Four. So maybe I can get Illinois into the Final Four, but they got to get past this one today. So a couple games I really got to try to pay attention to. Illinois and Houston, I need Illinois to win. And Arizona and Arkansas, I need Arizona to win. Is it as bad talking about your bracket as it is talking about your fantasy football team?
I wouldn't relate it to that as much because I find at this time that's sort of the highlight of this week.
It's a shorter tournament than having to listen about somebody's fantasy football team for 17 weeks in a row.
And usually it's
Every
pretty
day.
simple to pick a bracket. You just pick a team. You can see the seed. You could just pick it by the name. Maybe you like their colors, whatever it is.
No, but I'm talking about is it you my pet peeve, people who talk about their fantasy football teams too much.
Oh, for sure. Well, it's like,
is it okay to talk about your
PPR
bracket?
league.
Like, did I just break protocol?
I don't believe you did
by
because you're not saying
talking about who I want to win.
No, you're not saying
spent
you
a
lost
couple minutes on it
because somebody missed a single catch. You needed that
it's
one.
just
you know what I mean?
It's just here's who I have going. Well, anyway, I'm sure a lot of people have brackets at home, so a couple games tonight that I'll be interested in, but I'll mainly be watching the Oilers and the Golden Knights. No doubt about that. Jasmine in the Nasty Chat. Jasmine's she's on that Hangout show a couple times a week. It's on the Edmonton Sports Talk, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. She says it is a notable thing to talk about. Duck Dad says, no, it's worse. So he doesn't like the bracket talk at all.
It's worse?
Yeah.
I think that's a stretch. At most, it could be an even thing. Depends on how you talk about it, though. It's not like you're raving at the fact you did this or you're upset about that. Nobody cares.
Well, if I win a little bit of money in the bracket. So my buddy runs the pool. Since we went to Nate and he started doing a bracket in 1998. It's $10 to get in. It's low stakes. He's never charged more than $10. I think he's maybe had 30-ish people a couple of times. I think there were only 17 people this year. So he's given $120 to first place, $50 to second place. I believe I was in fourth after the first weekend.
I don't mind that update. Pretty simple.
I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I liked last week when we had games on during the day.
Yeah, now, first one doesn't start until the final hour of the show today.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll have a little bit of an update going on. All right, you can get in touch. Already a lot of people posting in the Nasty Chat. That is the chat stream that we have going on YouTube. Now, if you are taking us in on YouTube, you're using the Edmonton Sports Talk channel. Subscribe to that channel if you haven't done so already. And remember to click the thumbs up button.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
And once you click the thumbs up, then click the share button. And text or email the show link off to some other people in your life who you think would enjoy this program. Casino Dealer Jay in the Nasty Chat says, bracket talk is least annoying. Ahead of that is fantasy football talk. the worst talk, the poker hands that you lost to. Oh, interesting. So I don't play poker. Now, I went in a couple of the, what did we call them? The WST, EST challenges. Remember those? This was like early on when Jay and I were pretty new here. So I don't really know the poker doesn't interest me very much. Mm-hmm. But I was playing and then I lost and I was like, I wonder if I played that properly. So remember we put up a screen cap of my hand and we got advice. So that I found was kind of fun because I literally didn't know. I wasn't sitting there bemoaning like, oh, I needed a 7 and it was a 9 or whatever. Right.
It was more of a learning process, not for just you, but maybe other people as well. I'm not a big poker guy myself, so that would be one thing that I couldn't really grasp if somebody was talking about a hand that they lost to. Like sometimes, I hang out with my buddies and they're like, hey, we're gonna have a poker night. Maybe we put a toonie on this. I'll buy you a Slurpee for that, whatever. Use Monopoly
That's
money.
Good. You're gambling Slurpees. Yeah, except when you spill them all over the table. Like, how do you put in raises?
It's really a gamble.
Anyway, so you can get us in the Nasty Chat on YouTube. Maybe you're listening on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio. Those are excellent audio streaming apps. Remember to favorite the station or make it a frequent listen thing or whatever they call it. And remind people that is how they can get EST. You can text us. Are you watching text today, Coop? Because we're going to have the mystery athlete coming up here in a few minutes, or the first clue anyway. 780-218-9999 is how you text us. Presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, turning 20 this year. Huge celebration until October 26th. 35 winners of $20,000 in casino free plays. 9 brand new cars. 56 winners of $1,000 in cash. Go to rivercreeresort.com to find out a little bbit more. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com. We love getting limericks into the email. Tell you what, let's send us limericks with poker terminology. That'll be your challenge today. Send us limericks with poker terminology or something like that. That's what we'll do today. Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com. Full preview for the Oilers and the Golden Knights. A lot of discussion on that. The Oilers' playoff positioning, if they can do what they did a couple days ago against the Vegas Golden Knights. We got to get to the afternoon headlines. And those, as always, are presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today.
This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. The locals take on the struggling Goldies tonight. The last time someone had this much bad luck in Vegas, it was my brother-in-law playing Baccarat. The Bucket Bonanza is back on. Purdue is playing Texas. Hey, Jason Milne, is that a longhorn in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Matty Iwanek went home early to watch Italy play soccer. Hey, isn't there some paint drying somewhere? I'm Chet Palmer.
All right, as they say, everything's bigger in Texas.
they certainly do say that, Coop.
Well, maybe Matty could be watching grass grow through the TV as well, right? That's another slow process.
Maybe, yeah. I guess he could be doing that too.
Well, we had a fun chat in the bullpen about certain paint colors.
All right, we're going to do the first clue in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Hudson's Canada's Pub, featuring $10 tankards and $6 tequila shots. Or you can grab the $23.99 adult Happy Meal that features the drive-in burger, choice of beer, limited edition hockey puck bottle opener. Book your reservation now at hudsonscanadaspub.com. All right, so we're trying to give away a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. First right answer, text it into the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. Maximum 3 guesses per person. You can't have one mystery athlete in, what do we say, the last 3 weeks or so?
That sounds about right.
So we kind of do the honor system, though I guess Coop could check. But maximum 3 guesses per phone number. So there's some strategy here. Do you try to get it early and take a chance off a limited number of clues, but then you're out of guesses? Or do you wait until you're sure, but then somebody else might be sure and beat you to the punch? So the first clue is Buffalo. There we go. Coop, you're going to put these in the nasty chat?
Yeah.
First clue is Buffalo. I sent you everything, right?
Oh,
I sent you the answer key, so to speak. First clue is Buffalo, Hudson's Canada's Pub, mystery athlete of the game. Who was it last? Oh, it was Larry Mize a couple days ago. Golfer Larry Mize.
And then you tested me on the
because then we were talking about golfers
Masters
and stuff.
Winners. Yeah.
All right. So the first clue is Buffalo. We'll give clues throughout the show. And again, you got to text them in to be able to win. Oilers and Golden Knights is a 7:30 game. 6:30 right here on EST is the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That's hosted by my good friend Tom Gazzola. He's at BP. Is it BP Clairview tonight?
That is North Side.
So if you'd like to meet Tom Gazzola in person, listen, I'm thrilled about seeing Tom every day. So if you haven't met him, I mean, I can't imagine how excited someone would be to meet Tom Gazzola for the first time. He's at BP Clairview. Now, when he's on air, you kind of can't talk to him too much.
Yeah, don't ask him to change the music.
He might have time to mingle a little bit after that. So that's BP Clairview tonight. So it's the time of the show. Now, we had a great deal of fun with the off-topic topic yesterday. I was extremely thrilled by people, but by their level of participation and the cleverness and the humor that we had. So I will say this: if you still have an idea from yesterday's off-topic topic, we're not going to repeat it. We do have a new one, but if you have an idea from yesterday's off-topic topic and want to send it in today, we'll put it on there. Okay? Yesterday's off-topic topic was write a TV guide style synopsis for an episode of the EST sitcom. Incredible creativity and humor from our listeners yesterday. The off-topic topic is presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. So today's off-topic topic is we want you to create an Edmonton-based superhero. Now, I'm going to give an example. I have an idea. Actually, I have a couple of ideas. I'll give one now. Edmonton-based superhero. So maybe just a quick origin story and his powers, or where he hangs out, or where he or she hangs out, where they like to fight crime, what they do. You know, maybe you can have their nemesis. You know, superhero things. You don't have to do all those things, but maybe a couple of them. So create or give us the story behind an Edmonton-based superhero. Okay, Coop. So my guy is called Railman, and his real name is Larry Richard Tension. So his initials are LRT.
Oh.
So one day he has a mishap at an LRT station, or perhaps he's trying to save stop a mugging or something like that, and he gets pushed onto the tracks and gets electrocuted. But instead of being killed, he develops the power to ride the rails with his feet. So he can jump on the tracks and slide along the rails just with his feet. Okay. And while he's doing that, he's sort of electrified and super strong. The only problem is when he steps off the tracks, he loses the power. So if he hears something on the police scanner, because clearly he'd be walking around with a police scanner, and he's at Nate, and he hears, we got a problem at the Century Park station. He jumps on the rails and he slides down, and he's like, okay, I got to get there. Now, the problem is, though, when he jumps off, so he has to get the villain somehow close to him so he can maintain his superpowers while he's still standing on the tracks.
He has to lure them in. Yeah.
So
well, especially as
Railman, Larry Richard Tension is his middle name. I'm not sure if he would have a secret identity or people would know who he is. But his initials are LRT. Railman is, I'll have another one or two later.
I approach this in a different way myself, with some powers and some immunities, maybe weaknesses here. The Cold Crusader. Now, I didn't give an origin story, but the Cold Crusader from Collingwood. So immune to the cold completely. Skates like the wind, can skate on any surface. It doesn't even have to be ice. So you can go very quick. Also shoots ice and knows the map of Edmonton without any help whatsoever. And of course,
even all the cul-de-sacs?
Even all the cul-de-sacs. Doesn't even need a map. So you can tell him exactly where you are. He will find you, no problem whatsoever. And with it being pothole season, they're starting to emerge after the winter's unfolding. Right. He can also help fill potholes as well.
What's his name again?
The Cold Crusader.
The Cold Crusader. Do you have his human, his alter
name?
Ego? Not yet. You haven't developed that. You just got the powers. That's okay. That's okay. What is this? Is it Nelio in the nasty chat? Says Gene Principower. By day, he's mild-mannered Gene Principe. By night, he battles evil with unstoppable confidence, perfectly timed one-liners, and the rare ability to make villains deeply uncomfortable with eye contact. Gene Principower. That's pretty good. That's a good start there from Nelio in the nasty chat. If you are in the nasty chat, that means you're on YouTube, and that means if you haven't done so already, you can give us a thumbs up. You know the standard here. It's at least 100 thumbs every show. I mean, ideally, we would want to get over 100 but we want to get to at least to 100. And as I've been saying, if Jason Milne came back to work Monday and I had to tell him there was a show that did not exceed 100 thumbs, that would be an uncomfortable moment. That would be an uncomfortable moment.
I think he'd go back home and never show up again.
I think he would throw me in the dumpster behind the building. You would just see my shoes sticking out.
Well, he'd also be happy with the amount of limericks that we've gotten this week.
Duck Dad, the magpie, fights crimes using only the contents of discarded fast food bags. It's not bad. Oh, Hernan, Project Dumplings has you as a superhero. Your superpower powers, you have more than one, runs fast and smokes a lot of darts. I guess that's pretty accurate. There it is. All right, we're off and running with that, or off and flying, perhaps, often being invincible with the superhero chat. The Oilers tonight expected to go with the same lineup that beat the Utah Mammoth a couple of days ago. McDavid between Podkolzin and Savoy. Same lineup except the goalie. McDavid between Podkolzin and Savoy. Nugent-Hopkins between Roslovic and Hyman. Dickinson with Szymanski and Kapanen. Henrique with Jones and Jarventi. Ekholm and Bouchard on the blue line. Also Nurse with Murphy and Wallman with Emberson. As I was telling you, Connor Ingram back in net after getting a break 2 days ago. For this season, Ingram 11-8-2, 2.83 goals against average, and an .890 save percentage. Luke Gazdic is going to join us in about 17 or 18 minutes. Here's the Coob with a sports update.
$13 games rounding out today's NHL schedule. Edmonton in Vegas facing off against the Golden Knights. Connor Ingram gets a start for the Oilers. Aiden Hill expected on the other side. Vegas 1 point back of Edmonton for second in the Pacific. Dead even in games played. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Gazzola's on location at Boston Pizza Clairview for the show, both pre and post. Tune in at 6:30 when coverage starts right here on EST. Notable matchups to keep tabs on: LA and Vancouver dropping the puck. Kings nosing for playoff spot, 3 points back of Nashville for wild card 2. Elsewhere, Seattle visits Tampa. The Kraken 5 points out of the second wild card spot, 1 fewer games played than the Preds in the Sweet 16 kicks off in March Madness. Iowa and Nebraska tipping off in a 9-4 matchup with the Wildcats the top seed and Razorbacks the 4 seed hit the court. Just 3 games in the association all get going at 5 o'clock, including the Pistons and Pelicans on the hardwood. To baseball, 6 games live in the majors. Twins down 2-1 to the Orioles, bottom 8th inning, and bottom 5th. It's runless between the Reds and Red Sox. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. More with Reid Wilkins following the commercial break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
Oil Stream.
How much are you reading into anything that he said? Yes, you don't see a lot of other teams, guys, praise the other coach as much as he did, but as Tommy mentioned, he's played for Cooper.
Yep.
I think anybody who's played for Cooper probably understands how good he is at his job and how he's probably better than your coach. I mean, that's usually how it would work in that situation.
Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our espresso martinis and our cracked pepper and sea salt dry ribs. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Appreciate you tuning in. Oilers and Golden Knights, third of four meetings between the two teams this season. Both teams with 10 games left in the regular season. Oilers wrapping up this quick 2-game road trip, trying to sweep it after taking down Utah a couple of days ago. Jason Milne off this week, as I'm sure you've gathered by now. If you've been tuning in regularly, he'll be back with us on Monday with a lot of tales from the slopes, doing some skiing with the family. Jay always has a good story or two, whether it's about a family adventure or something else. And what did Coop the Corgi's doing this week? Did Coop the Corgi go skiing? That'd be incredible.
That would be a sight to see. I would pay money to see a dog ski.
There should be dog skiing at the Olympics. We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. No, Coop, you seem disgusted that I said that.
Well, I'd watch it.
Skip the couch and hit the Canadian Brewhouse. Your home for every puck drop, every goal, and every cheer, with ice-cold drinks, massive screens, and the best fans in town this hockey season. Our house is your arena. We will have Luke Gazdic in about 10 or 11 minutes. So Luke was up in, I can't remember how far north he went, but he was in our northern territories.
Was he?
Yes, so he'll talk about that a little bit. I'm curious to get the stories and what he did and how he found it and all that type of stuff. So that's pretty cool. And, of course, he'll talk about the Oilers and the Golden Knights and who knows what else. And we will have Jason Smith on the show, former Edmonton Oiler, now the coach of the Oil Kings. They start their playoff series against the Saskatoon Blades tomorrow at 7 at Rogers Place. Our off-topic topic for William Huff, give us your Edmonton-based superhero. Mex Bezozu says Wolverine hulks up when provoked, answers 6 out of 7 movie trivia questions.
That's quite powerful. That's some good powers. We got a couple more coming in from Chris Purper here in the River Cree inbox. Superhero would be Captain Crunch. Fights crime by teleporting through the city using the potholes. Real name is Paul Herschel. Got his power by initially fixing potholes and got splashed by toxic spring melt.
Oh, that's a good one. So he used the pothole system as like wormholes almost.
Yeah, you could go anywhere in the city.
Paul Herschel, PH. Yeah.
Yeah, the PH.
El Presidente in the Nazi chat, Donaire Man uses the Donaire sauces to hold criminals from getting away.
I had a Donaire one myself, Donaire Destroyer.
Oh, that's a good one.
From Duggan here in Edmonton. Never hungry, saves people from hunger with Donaires, and could also persuade villains with the best Donaire from the city.
Right, he just talks them down.
Yeah.
Do you really want to do this when you could be having a Donaire?
Yeah, come on, come enjoy this with me, and then the cops get him.
I'll also have this one from Casino Dealer J, Trevorine, so another one based on Wolverine. A guy that can do the splits to escape danger, but he loses his power when he blinks. Jeez.
Of course, yeah, YouTube Trev. I don't think I saw him blink today. I wonder how his progression his goal to do the splits is going.
He weirds me out.
Interesting fellow. KR coming in with another one. High level man. Patrols the bridge. Power is that he can get to one side or the other instantly. His weakness is tall rigs blocking the entrance.
Right. So what's the people break the height barrier, then he's screwed. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. We've got some very clever and funny listeners to this program. Those are good.
You want to get to a limerick?
Yeah, we can do a limerick. Why not?
Okay, awesome.
What's stopping us?
Well, Double A coming in with this one. There once was a clash on the ice where the Edmonton Oilers played fearless and nice. They raised every bet. No fold from them yet. Went all in, took the pot in a thrice.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Trice.
Trice, not a thrice.
Not a thrice.
Trice means in a moment, very quickly.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very good.
Thought there was a
that's
That's
a really good one. Very good. Oilers in Vegas tonight. Goals for per game. The Oilers are tied for 5th in the NHL, 3.47. Vegas 16th, 3.11. Defensively, Vegas 3.04 goals against per game. That's 14th. The Oilers not nearly as good in that category. They are at 3.38, which is 28th in the 32-team National Hockey League. The special team story, power play is pretty good. Oilers continue to be number 1 in the NHL at 31%. Vegas 5th at 24.9%. The PK, Oilers 76.6%. That is 26th. Vegas, very good on the PK. They are 4th at 82.1%. So you'd look at that and say advantage to the Vegas Golden Knights when it's special teams. But as we've been saying, it hasn't helped Vegas a lot lately. 5-10 in their 15 games since they've come out of the Olympic break. 13 games tonight, like I was saying, Coop. So what do we got here for ones that could affect the Oilers? Anaheim is at Calgary. So again, I hate to break it to everybody. If you want the Oilers to track down the Ducks for first place, you need an Oilers win tonight, and you need a Ducks regulation loss to the Flames. So go Flames in that one. Minnesota, Florida, no impact. Columbus, Montreal, no. New Jersey, Nashville. Well, Nashville is not really a factor to the Oilers unless the Oilers drop down into a wild card spot.
That is true.
Which would, some things would have to happen. Nashville it's an important game for Nashville. They are currently in the last playoff spot in the West. So they got to beat New Jersey to help themselves out. Dallas playing the Islanders. Pittsburgh playing Ottawa. Chicago playing Philadelphia. San Jose plays St. Louis. Now, San Jose, 7 points out of a playoff spot.
They're on the outside.
They're 7 points out of a playoff spot. That's Nashville. Well, pardon me. I guess they're 8 out. There's 7. Sorry, I'll start over. They're 7 behind Nashville for a wild card. They're 8 behind Vegas for 3rd in the Pacific. Nashville, San Jose's slight advantage in all this is games remaining. They have 13 games remaining. A lot of other teams only have 11 or 12. But San Jose's lost 5 in a row. It's getting tough for them. Seattle plays Tampa Bay. Seattle 5 out of a wild card, 6 out of third in the division. They're starting to run out of games as well. Big game for them against a very good Lightning team. Washington plays Utah. As we've been saying, Utah kind of entrenched in that first wild card spot. The Kings play the Canucks. So, again, oil country, I hate to say it, you want Vancouver to win that game and preferably in regulation time. I mean, if the Oilers were to lose tonight and the Kings were to win, then LA is only 3 back with a game in hand and still a game against the Oilers. So, Oilers fans should want Vancouver to win that one. Colorado, Winnipeg, again, won't affect Edmonton. I still wonder if the Jets, well, they're running out of time, but maybe.
They're on a 2-game win streak,
They're
though.
5 back. Yeah, they've been doing not bad. I mean, not incredible, but they were, 10-11 out coming out of the Olympic break. Now they're 5 out. They may just run out of time, but they're making a bit of a push. So just a busy night, a lot of games that'll affect the Western Conference, the Pacific Division. So those are just some of the games to keep an eye on. All right. Nelio, he's kind of breaking the rules a little bit because he has a Calgary-based superhero, but he's working Edmonton in. The Chinook Crusader. Hailing from Calgary, he fiercely protects the city with unpredictable powers that arrive strong, disappear suddenly, and are constantly compared, unfairly he insists, to his Flasher championship collecting superhero sibling up north in Edmonton. That's pretty good.
Hans Shorkoff also was with his thoughts on the off-topic topic. Reid, similar to A-Rod, has the ability to develop steroid-like rage at moment's notice when somebody is being a silly goose online.
Oh, jeez.
The real not-so-slim shady, the Snow Melt Sentinel, powers, controls snow, ice, and the North Saskatchewan River, gets a power boost when the Oilers score. Costume, ice blue puffy jacket, neon snow boots, hockey puck helmet. Catchphrase, by the power of potholes and prairie winds, I protect Edmonton. A, weakness, allergic to warmth, obsessed with Tim Hortons, terrified of mosquitoes. That's a really
That's
good
really
one.
good. You got to save that one. That could be text of the year. Who wrote that in?
The real not so slim shady.
The real not so slim shady. That is a good one.
And
I love the image. So what's he's wearing, like the big puffy winter jacket?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
Maybe he could have like a scarf on and he's yelling out like, "Hey, you stop!" And the villain's like, "Who
Can't even hear
are you
you
talking to?"
That's like Kenny from South Park.
He's like he's all muffled because he's got so many layers.
And you know who could be a sidekick for your railman superhero?
Who?
Bus boy. So you need the
That's a good
ETS one as well for LRT. That one coming in from William Mike Spear.
Oh,
There's some amazing ones coming in, Reid.
the people are good. Mike, the Michigan fan, the cottage coob gains powers by eating cottage cheese, hurls rotten cottage cheese that acts like quicksand, stopping villains in their tracks. That's you.
That is me. I don't mind cottage cheese. I eat vats of it, apparently.
You do well. I think you just have a big vat out back. You just got a little tap on it, and the cottage cheese comes oozing out.
It's underrated. I don't know why people dislike it.
Well, cottage cheese is fine. I just think most people don't consume it in the quantities that you do. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's challenging the quality of the food. I think it's just stunning to see somebody that eats as much as you do.
Well, I got to
That's
keep my
all.
bones strong, right?
That's all.
Have the dairy.
Yeah, you got. That's sure. 780-218-9999 is how you text us, the River Crew Resort and Casino inbox. Keep posting in the nasty chat on YouTube. If you are there, give us a thumbs up. We need 43 more thumbs to get to 100. Let's do that in the first hour of the show. Let's do it while you're listening to Luke Gazdic. He's up next.
Edmonton's out in Vegas looking to tilt the night against the Golden Knights. Connor Ingram gets a start for the Oilers. Aiden Hill expected on the other side. Vegas 1 point back of Edmonton for second in the Pacific. Dead even in games played. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Gazzola on location at Boston Pizza, Clairview. Tune in right here at 6:30 on EST. Notable matchups to watch out for. LA and Vancouver drop the puck. Kings nosing for playoff spot. 3 points back of Nashville for wild card. 2 out west. Elsewhere, Seattle visits Tampa Bay. The Kraken 5 points back of the Preds for the second wildcard spot. 1 fewer games played than Nashville. The Sweet 16 kicks off March Madness. Iowa, Nebraska tipping off in a 9-4 matchup with the Wildcats, the top seed, and Razorbacks, the 4 seed, hit the court. Just 3 games in the association all get going at 5 o'clock, including the Pistons and Pelicans tipping off to baseball. Few games live. 5 to be exact. Rays and Cardinals tied at 1 aside, top of the 6th, while bottom 6th inning, it's a runless game between the Reds and the Red Sox. Luke Gazdic up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The Oil Stream.
How much are you reading into anything that he said? Yes, you don't see a lot of other teams, guys, praise the other coach as much as he did, but as Tommy mentioned, he's played for Cooper. Yep. I think anybody who's played for Cooper probably understands how good he is at his job and how he's probably better than your coach. I mean, that's usually how it would work in that situation.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You know the saying, April showers bring May flowers, but really May brings you...
Mom, I'm home from university.
Need extra space? Sentinel Storage. Affordable, convenient, and Canadian storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free, plus students save 10% on continued rental. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Well, the good news today, not snowing. It's kind of ugly during most of the show yesterday. It's kind of sunny out today, isn't it? A little chilly. My phone says -7. Now, my phone's not outside. How does it guess the temperature? That's amazing.
It's all lies.
That's amazing.
They just guess.
Oilers in Vegas. It is a 7:30 game. So we got a preview on this show throughout the afternoon, and we'll talk about some other fun stuff as well. 6:30 on EST, hosted by Tom Gazzola, a wonderful man from BP Clairview. He'll have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, and then he's on right after the game for the postgame show. We're going to visit the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 18 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. It is our good buddy Luke Gazdic from Sportsnet checking in. Luke, how are you doing? Luke, are you there?
Reid, I'm good. What's happening?
Good, doing great. No Jay today. He's off. He's off work skiing all week. Yeah. So it's just you and me, like old times.
Nice. Where's he at?
I think is it Golden that he went to? I think he went to Golden in BC.
All right, cool. I think I'm like. There's a huge delay here.
There's a weird delay today.
Should I try?
Okay, yeah. Coop says reconnect. I'll fill time in the meantime. We'll get Luke Gazdic back on the line. Thankfully, I have plenty of things to talk about. The Oilers trying to repeat their effort from Utah a couple of days ago. Here's head coach Kris Knoblauch.
To replicate good performances, it usually just comes down to playing simple. You can't dictate how the game's going to be played out, and but the more predictable you are, the simpler you are, the more likely you're going to have the same outcome. And I think a lot of the things that we did the other night in Utah wasn't fancy, wasn't sexy. It was just simple hockey. All the players were engaged. They worked hard. Their shifts were short, limited their mistakes, and we got to play that brand of hockey.
All right. Well, they've been searching for consistency in that regard most of the season. We'll see what they do against the Golden Knights. All right, Luke's checking back in. Hopefully how's it coming through now? You got me?
Yeah, seems much better.
Okay, good. So, but speaking of traveling,
and snowstorms,
you had a pretty cool. I knew you were doing it. You and I haven't talked about what happened, so this is all firsthand to me as well. Do you mind just taking us through how you spent some recent days here?
Why not? 72 hours in Iqaluit, Nunavut. The amount of people I've told where I was and don't even understand where Nunavut is on a map or recognize like where the territory even is. You can go search it up. It's 200 kilometers south of the Arctic Circle, north of the tree line. Went up there with Hockey Helps the Homeless, and Sportsnet jumped on board when they heard what was going on. So they followed me with a camera crew and a production team on board. So went up there for a number of reasons, but mainly to play in a charity hockey game sponsored by the Hockey Helps the Homeless charity organization, and the Leafs alumni jumped on board. So we ended up playing a game on the Saturday, which was the marquee event. I mean, before that, there was the lead up. We had community skates and appearances and signings and that stuff. But we went up there to play the game. I was brutal. I was so bad, Reid. I am so disappointed in my performance. We ended up losing 7-6. It was a heck of a hockey game. I will say we were up there for the crowd and the experience, and it did not disappoint. Imagine the entire town of Iqaluit in this small rink they built for the Arctic Winter Games a couple of years ago, literally hanging over the glass. Jordan Tutu was on my squad, obviously Rankin Inlet native, 3 hours outside of there.
Right.
And when he came onto that ice for the player intro, they obviously saved him for last. The ground was physically shaking. One of the cooler experiences I've had as a hockey alumni now and player altogether. But yeah, 3 days up there, we got to do everything from dog sledding to eating, traditional Inuit food. We're eating raw caribou and smoked Arctic char, and talked to a lot of locals and got a real feel for the love of the game up there, which I was shocked by. There are tons of Oiler fans, which I just didn't expect it, to be honest. There's a little bit of Leafs, a little bit of Habs, a lot of Oilers. But spent 3 days up there, got to sit down with Jordan, and he screened his documentary that's on Prime, which is a fantastic watch. But just an incredible trip, an incredible experience. And I am so thankful that Sportsnet was there every step of the way, because we have a nice feature that they are putting together for Hockey Night in Canada. And there's going to be a longer version that exists online. So everybody will be able to see it. We have some incredible drone footage from the ski, the sled dog excursion, and just everything from start to finish was very, very cool. The people of Nunavut, the best. Hospitality, 100%, a proud people that were incredibly hospitable to us. So great experience.
Well, I have to say, Luke, it's been a while since I looked at that portion of a map, and I knew it was pretty far north. I didn't realize it was that far east. It's like right above Quebec. I always pictured it maybe like more above Manitoba or something for some reason.
Because when we all met in Ottawa, for the most part, like I flew in from Toronto, but guys were coming in from different areas of both countries, of Canada and the US. And we just flew straight north. It was 4 hours, literally directly north. And I got off that plane. My goodness, it was minus 55 on the tarmac with the wind chill. Oh my goodness. Skin exposure, you're getting frostbite instantly. So I was obviously strucken by the cold, but it was something that they ran to me about a couple months before this. And I just remember telling myself, like, you got to do stuff like this. You got to go try new things. You got to go try new experiences and see new parts of the country. I'm kind of one of those guys that's like, I don't really want to travel the world anymore. I want to travel my own country. I want to go to the four ends of Canada and talk to different people across this great country that I love. And it started up there in Iqaluit.
So what was it? Always that cold? You said something about snowstorms. Was it just difficult, bleak weather?
They had a blizzard before we got there that almost shut down this entire trip. It was Tuesday and Wednesday, and we flew in Thursday. And when it snows, it comes with so much wind that they literally shut the entire town down. Every store closes, grocery stores closed, the schools closed down. There's no activities, there's no hockey. So from Tuesday and Wednesday, the whole place was shut down, and we were just getting the back quarter of the storm that had hit earlier that week. So we were good timing, man, but we caught the tail end of that cold. And like I said, it was frigid. And thank goodness that when we were at the back of the Dogs and when we were snowmobiling around up north of the city, the sun was shining. So we actually had a beautiful, beautiful day.
That's I mean, good for you for doing that. That sounds like such an incredible experience. And I know you're the type of guy who you'll soak it in. Like, you're not going to be one of those like, oh, when does this end types of guys. Like, yeah, no. I'm sure you were just like head on a swivel the whole time, being like, how do I get to do this? I'm so happy for you.
Very grateful. Thank you. And yeah, the only down part I'd say was my play in the alumni game. Like, I played against the Leafs alumni. I'm trying to think if there is any Oiler guys there for the viewers. Theo Peckham was on my team. Ben Scrivens was actually the Leafs alumni goalie. I hit the bar on him with like 90 to go to tie the game 7-7, but I was probably -5. I probably had 3 of the worst giveaways I've ever had in my career. I was playing defense. First of all, I don't play defense. They started stacking the lines. Joe Thornton's playing for their team, just got inducted to the Hall of Fame 2 months ago. I'm taking line rushes from Joe Thornton. This guy's absolutely picking me apart. I am never coming on this show and criticizing a defenseman in the National Hockey League ever again, because it's really hard. Defense is really hard.
Well, good for you for doing that. Luke Gazdic joining us on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. So we'll look forward to the feature on Hockey Night in Canada and the extended feature online. Shifting to the Oilers, well, you're going to be about the 8 millionth person to give your opinion on EST on McDavid's comments from Saturday night. He's asked about Kucherov.
The comments?
Kucherov and Tampa Bay Lightning. He really praised the Lightning. The one thing I thought is like, that's the hockey culture. You respect your opponents. I was a little surprised he said that they are perfectly coached. Like, that's pretty high praise for Cooper, who is a great coach. We've had Craig Button and Bruce Boudreau, for example, on our morning show with Dusty and Eric, saying like, yeah, he's taking a swipe at Knoblauch, whether you like it or not. I don't know.
I just don't see it that way.
That's what you think? Yeah.
Oh, I just think we've talked before many times about the stuff that comes out of guys' mouth directly after a hockey game. And I I don't want to say they go into almost this, cliche robotic mode, but I also think that games are filled with 60 minutes of straight emotion and adrenaline. And I just don't think you can take a ton of stock from that. I think hockey players tend to go the other way way more than they do crossing the line, way more than ruffling feathers. They want to go the complete opposite way in terms of giving respect. And I think it didn't come out. I bet you it didn't come out the exact way that he wanted it to. But at the same time, like these guys won a championship last year. So at the Four Nations. So I think that they will be attached by some capacity for the rest of their lives. They'll remember that moment for the rest of their lives. But I just think Tampa just put on such a good performance on Saturday that he was just so frustrated and so sour. I think if I'm a coach, I don't take it personally. I don't exactly see it that way. That's just me. And it's bold if he does, but I just know Connor is fairly methodical, and I just think it's one of those things where it's after a hockey game and he's just trying to shed attention away from other things and just giving praise and respect.
So the question then is, and I don't know if you were logged back in when I played that clip today from Knoblauch, but this is the ongoing challenge with this team, right? Like a good game, sometimes two good games in a row, do fairly well against poor or mediocre teams. Can they do it back to back? Can they do it to Vegas tonight, who stink lately? They're 5-10 since the break. They hardly score. Like, is there time to give us hope for the postseason and the final 10 games here?
Yeah, I'd say the only thing that's been frustrating me a bit lately, which over the past 2 years, I gave him a lot of leash for in terms of movement of lines and deep pairings. I just think there's so much change. There's so much movement that we really haven't seen a consistent 12-pack of forwards and then maybe call it Ekholm and Bouchard like the whole year. Like they have a good game and then he goes into practice with pairs. And it's so clear with this team how much they need every single guy and every single line to be going every night. It is really hard for Connor to win on his own, especially with no Leon in the lineup. And I would just say there's a couple line combos that I think I've wanted to see, and he just seems to be adjusting and going back to the nuclear option, even though there's no Draisaitl currently. But
right.
Whenever you see that, it's a coach that's trying to find answers and trying to see what works. And at this point in the season, if you don't know what works, like more questions, right?
Well, and I've been saying, I was saying this leading into the Utah game, and then they win. I mean, yes, we can talk about Knoblauch. Yes, we can talk about players being inconsistent. And Luke, there's also realities. I kind of hate throwing this out there because I know as a talk show host over the years, sometimes if you bring up this topic, people think you're trying to shelter the team from criticism. I'm not. But injuries are an issue. Draisaitl's hurt. 100%. Colton Dach, they trade for, he's hurt. Trent Frederick, who's been better since the Olympic break, is hurt. Curtis Lazar, who, yes, is a depth forward, but he knows his role, is hurt. So, I mean, to me, you got Jones, Szymanski, and Jarventi. Respect to how they've been playing. They're not, that's kind of an AHL line, though, too, right? So that's another challenge here going 100%. Down the stretch. You're inserting guys into the lineup that ideally you probably wouldn't have in the lineup at this time of year.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. I also have been following a team like the Ottawa Senators a lot over the last couple of weeks here. They are decimated. Their top, they have 5 regular defensemen out. They are going with 4 guys that started the year in the American League, and somehow they are going out there and winning hockey games. I just think at some point, some of these young players have to start performing and start helping out the team a little more. But other teams do it across the league. Other teams get hurt and piece it together and get the goaltending efforts and figure it out. And I think it's just about time for this team to start figuring it out. I will say Vegas is a good one for them. I think it's just a team over the past, call it couple years, that I feel like they've had their number for whatever reason. Pick whatever one you want. Vegas doesn't have hasn't had great goaltending this year. Jack Eichel's still a star, but they've had their fair share of injuries. Trades haven't worked for them as well as I think they thought they were going to work. And so I think tonight is a good night to get a little bit of a ball rolling here.
All right. There was a Vegas guest on with Hernan and Gage, the show before us, who said can't score, can't get a save. So bad combination for the Golden Knights.
Right, their special teams isn't bad. Their power play is still one. Their power play is still one of the best in hockey. I think they have a top 5 PP and PK.
They do. Yep.
And if you can't score at even strength, or you're gonna depend on scoring, 1-2 goals a game, it's just not gonna happen. And when you're not getting the saves at the other end, this is Edmonton, right? How many times have we had this conversation about the Oilers? And it's like they sign Adin Hill to this massive deal. What do you get? $36 million. Their best goalie this year has been Akira Schmidt. I think Akira Schmidt is the only goaltender they've run out this year that has a save percentage above or goals against below 3.
He's 2.59. Yeah.
And every goaltender I think is below 900 save percentage. Like, talk about trying your hand at 4 different guys. And I think they expected Adin Hill was going to go in there this year and start 40 plus games and be that guy that they thought was going to be the number one legit rock. And very much like Jacob Markstrom in New Jersey, where they put a lot of stock into one guy and thinking it was going to happen and not exactly having like a plan B, right? I think you can tell by like them going out and signing Carter Hart. Like they didn't have much of a plan, I think, at the beginning of the year. So times are tough in Vegas right now. And this is a potential playoff preview. I'll call it that. We still got some time left here, but like I said about getting the ball rolling, like what a good way to send a message tonight.
Yeah. Well, in Vegas for me, and who knows what's going to happen tonight. I mean, they still have a lot of good players, but
100%.
I remember when they played that series 3 years ago, whenever it was that Vegas went on to win the cup. Or,
yes.
Vegas went on to win the cup.
22,
and I remember doing a thing with Bob and Jack, and they said, like, who's the head of the snake? And I said, well, I think it's Pietrangelo. They said they thought it was Stone. But either way, like, both those guys were talented. Like, that was a series Pietrangelo just goes out and slashes Draisaitl and takes a suspension because he can't.
Crazy.
Like,
yeah, still crazy. So, but what a good point. No Mark Stone, I think, is Mark Stone opened my eyes at the Olympics this year. A little bit at Four Nations last year, but at the Olympics this year, I think he just reminded not only me, but I think a lot of people across the country and hockey fans of how good of a hockey player he is. The foot speed jumps at you right away, or lack thereof.
Right.
But incredibly smart hockey player that comes up in big clutch games. And
I agree.
I just don't wrist him. But this is a different team. We used to talk about the horses they had back there on D. Every single defenseman was over 6'3". They were monsters. They all had good sticks. They were physical. That's completely turned over. And now you've got the Calgary pair of Hanifin and Anderson, Rasmus, who, this is what I was talking about with the trades. Like, sometimes they don't always work. And this is a small sample size, but like Rasmus Anderson has not been the same defenseman in Vegas that he even was in Calgary. And whether that is having a steady stalwart and like Kevin Ball that was with them in Calgary, he just hasn't fit in as well as I think they've had imagined. And it's hard to think about that because he's a pretty good player, but I just don't think it's been the connection that they thought they were getting when they traded for him. So sometimes you think you could just go take a swing and throw guys in your lineup, in your system, and think you're just going to get better. And it doesn't always work that way. So they have a handful of problems as well.
Yeah. And I should say, I agree. Stone's still a good player. I just don't think he's the same. With even the level of agitation and stuff, it's not
100%
quite the same. All right. I've kept you for too long, but I do have to ask you one more quick question. How are you feeling about the Blue Jays going into the season?
Jersey's right back there. Going to the home opener tomorrow. I got my home opener seats. I feel good, man. You know what? Like, I still have a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. I'm not going to lie. Like, I feel like I was sitting in those seats at Game 7 yesterday. Short off season, which is always good. They made some great additions, couple good arms. Excited to see Dylan Cease pitch and Cody Ponce pitch, and big steps forward from guys like Addison Barger and Ernie Clement. Like, I'm excited. It's going to be a fun summer in the city either way. Like, I think everyone's looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks a lot for doing this. Are you on TV on Saturday?
Hockey Night in Canada, baby.
And will the feature be on already this Saturday?
No, I don't think it's going to be ready. I think maybe
Probably
next weekend. Yeah,
okay.
one of those. It'll be before the end of the regular season for sure, but not this weekend, unfortunately.
Jay Milne's in the chat. He says hi.
Hi, Jay.
Luke, we'll see you soon, buddy. Thanks.
Thanks, Reid.
Luke Gazdic from Sportsnet joining us on the Oil Country Towing Hotline. Good conversation with him. Incredible trip to Iqaluit. Some thoughts there on the Golden Knights and the Oilers and even the Toronto Blue Jays. Always touch on a lot of different topics, and it's always a good time with Mr. Gazdic. Okay, 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Don't forget, River Cree Resort and Casino, Tap 25, 50% off the entire menu. All menu items at Tap 25, 50% off 7 days a week. That is from 2 to 5 p.m., 780-218-9999. The second clue, we better give clue number 2 here, Coop. I know we're late going into the break, but we'll be okay. Clue number 2 in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. You're trying to win a $25 GC to Hudson's. You must text in your guesses, maximum 3 guesses per person, to the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. The second clue is 10, as in the number 10, 10, okay? So the first clue was Buffalo. The second clue is 10. And we'll give another clue or two over the course of the next hour. We'll see if somebody can win it. All right, here's the 4 o'clock break. We got the Jays play of the day and the Oil Understood coming up.
The Lock Shop.
Marshall's like, Daddy, the bet's gonna cash. I said, well, no, we also need the Lakers minus 8.5. Lakers get the rebound, but then the Lakers throw the ball up the court. LeBron gets it to Laravia. Laravia dunks with 5 seconds left. They go up 10. And I'm like, let's go. The Pacers inbound the ball with 5 seconds left. A guy shoots a 3 just as the buzzer expires. Goes in. Lakers only win by 7.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Loves the thrill of competition, but prefer to keep it classy? Well, it's as classy as you can get when Dustin Nielsen is the host. Join us April 14th at Bell & Scona for Edmonton Sports Talk Bid for Kids, presented by GS Construction. A night filled with special guests, auctions, and a ton of prizes in support of kids sport. No whistles, no play clock, just a room full of generous hearts. EST's Bid for Kids. Get your tickets at kidsportbidsforkids.com. Use promo code ESTBIDS for 10% off.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Oilers look to sweep their 2-game road trip as they have a game in Vegas against the Golden Knights. Connor Ingram gets a start for the Oilers. Aiden Hill expected on the other side with Vegas 1 point back of Edmonton for second in the Pacific Division, dead even in games played. Catch Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. They hit the airwaves an hour before puck drop at 6:30. Gazzola live on location at Boston Pizza. Clearview for both pre and post game coverage. Notable matchups in the NHL, LA, Vancouver, they dropped the puck. Kings nosing for playoff spot, 3 points back of Nashville for wild card 2. Elsewhere, Seattle visits Tampa, the Kraken, 5 points behind the Predators for the second wild card spot. One fewer games played than Nashville in the Sweet 16 kicks off in March Madness. Iowa and Nebraska tip off in a 9-4 matchup, while the number 11 Longhorns challenge the number 2 Boilermakers at 5-10. There's 3 games in the association, all get going at 5 o'clock. Hornets and Knicks hit the hardwood to baseball. 5 games still live. Tigers up 8-2 over the Padres, bottom 7th inning in top of the 8th. The Red Sox with a 1-0 lead against the Reds. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, hope you're having a great afternoon. Oilers and Golden Knights at 7:30 this evening. Oilers have won the last 4 regular season meetings between these two teams, the first 2 this year and the last 2 last year. And, of course, the Oilers also won 4 of the 5 postseason contests between these two teams, which was played in the second round last season. 6:30 here on EST. Tom Gazzola will host the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show from Boston Pizza Clairview. He'll be there after the game as well for the postgame show to break it down as the Oilers try to go for yet another 2-game winning streak. They've had many of those this season, but only once have they been able to stretch it to 3. Oilers 1 point ahead of the Golden Knights for second place in the Pacific Division. So kind of a jockeying here for potential home ice advantage in the first round if these two teams do wind up playing each other. We're going to get to Jay's play of the day in a couple of minutes. I've been putting those together this week. Coob, I went a little simpler today because I've kind of been making them a little more bigger, a little more parlay type stuff. Now, I can't stick to one game, but you'll see what I'm doing tonight when we get to that. The off-topic topic for William Huff. Tell us about your Edmonton-based superhero. So, for example, mine was Railman, Larry Richard Tension, LRT are his initials, and he gets somehow electrified and he can ride the LRT rails and fight crime in different LRT stations.
And his, of course, his sidekick, Bus Boy. Can't forget that one as well. O-Town coming in with this one, Dog Park Peace Officer, man. Quite the lengthy name, lengthy title. This superhero gives tickets to rotten, no good Edmontonians who let their dogs off their leash 50 feet before the off-leash sign at the off-leash dog parks. Maybe there might be a personal...
I feel there's a bit of a personal story there, that either he got a ticket for letting his dog off his leash early or is annoyed by people who let their dog off the leash early and maybe considers it unsafe.
Yeah, you got to follow the rules.
I'm guessing... I don't know. Maybe he'll tell us. Maybe he doesn't want to tell us.
Chris S., Jackrabbit, who travels from community to community, running in front of vehicles to make them stop suddenly. However, every time this happens, it changes the future to avoid disaster for somebody and brings people together in unexpected ways.
Okay.
That's a pretty neat one.
That's a good one.
Those are the 2 that we've got.
We've had some really good ones coming in.
And no guesses yet for the Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery.
No correct guesses.
Well,
we've
multiple
had
guesses.
Incorrect guesses. Right. The 2 clues so far are right. Buffalo and 10. I'll give the third clue, probably the next, I don't know. You got to listen. 10 to 30 minutes, most likely. If you're got us on YouTube this afternoon, you can post in the Nasty Chat. Remember to give the show a thumbs up. Let's get to 100 thumbs as quickly as possible. We need 22 thumbs to get to 100, and then we can be in gravy territory.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Jeremy says, rails riding superhero video game Infamous fun game series.
Oh, yeah.
I ripped something off without even knowing I was doing it.
Hey, well.
So much for my superhero.
It's such a great idea. Well, infamous one and infamous second son. I think what happened in that game, the protagonist just, same idea, sort of got electrocuted as well.
Yeah, something happened. I think I played that. I don't think I could finish it. I'm not very good at video games.
That's on the old PlayStation.
The final boss was too hard. You know how I got Infamous? Remember several years ago there was that hack by Anonymous? And they were worried Anonymous got, and then you just got 2 free games to download. And that was one of the ones I picked.
That's a good choice. I forgot about Anonymous.
It was pretty good. And you had to choose whether you were doing helpful or non-helpful things. So you might see somebody getting beat up or getting robbed. Do you step in? And then how good or bad you were, I think, affected some of the story things along the way.
Yeah, you could act as sort of a superhero or just be somebody with superpowers with malicious intent.
Or just maybe you weren't being too, I don't know if you were actually bad.
It affected the endings, I think, as well.
Oh, did it? I couldn't finish it. The final fight was too hard. I'm too clumsy. My hands get all jumbled around.
I don't like those PlayStation 3 controllers, Reid. I don't blame you.
All right, let's dive into this.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
And as always, this is presented by Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app. With hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, you name it. You're not just playing for fun, you're supporting your province. Play Alberta revenue helps fund Alberta programs and services. PlayAlberta.ca, Play Alberta app. Look for EST specials. Lots of stuff there. The Grandest Parlay is there, for example. The Lock Shop Partner Parlay. The Lock Shop Brotherly Love Parlay is there. Jack Hughes, Quinn Hughes, Matthew Tkachuk, and Brady Tkachuk all to get at least a point tonight. That's there. Jay's play of the day is it's 2 games and it is boosted. It's very simple. It's the Oilers to win and the Ducks to win. Okay? That's it. I'll sprinkle on it right now. The Oilers to win and the Ducks to win. As you know, the Oilers are playing Vegas. The Ducks are in Calgary. Now, I told everybody, as Oilers fans, you should be cheering for Calgary because that keeps Anaheim in play for the Oilers to pass for first place. But realistically, what do I think is going to happen? I think Anaheim's going to win. So that's that's Jay's play of the day. Oilers to win, Ducks to win, boosted. The way I do the odds, 3.9 to 1. So 4 to 1, basically. So what's it coming? Is it plus, that'd be plus 290?
You hit that right on the money, Reid. Plus 290.
I'm starting to be quite an odds maker.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty decent pick, given that the Anaheim Ducks are on a 3-game winning streak. And I can tell you that the Oilers, since 22-23 against the Vegas Golden Knights, have a 9-3-1 record in the regular season. 1-4 in their last 5 games for Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas hasn't been doing well. Vegas hasn't been doing well.
Yeah, they can't score and they also can't stop the puck. Pretty important parts to win a hockey game.
Jeremy says, sorry, Reid, LOL, wasn't trying to rain on your idea. Just wanted to remember. No, I know. I'm just giving you, joking around with myself.
Yeah. There's a lot of those games, I guess.
How many Marvel and DC characters are comparable? And I don't even know who all can. Like, there's the Mr. Fantastic. I think DC has Plastic Man. What do you got? The Green Arrow and Hawkeye, the Flash and Quicksilver would be comparable. Who else? Hawkman and the Falcon. I don't know. I can't think of them now.
Well, same powers, same look almost. Sif and Wonder Woman, both, fierce female heroes. Right. Quicksilver and the Flash.
Yeah, I said that one. Yeah.
Yes. There's a whole list. Wasp and Bumblebee.
Isn't Bumblebee a Transformer?
I
don't know.
Different kind of superhero.
Okay.
Yeah, Doctor Strange, Dr. Fate.
Oh, I didn't know about it. I don't know all the DC characters.
This is pretty deep. I don't even know the names of these, but there are a lot of
there's a lot of
similar ones.
Transferable things.
Yeah.
So anyway, no, Jeremy, I know it's fun.
There's only so many superpowers.
There's only so many superpowers you can think of. Like, I was thinking about Green Onion Cake Man. Like, maybe he eats like a green onion cake that's somehow radioactive, and then he can maybe sort of like throw little green onions at people. Like
it has
he can
too much
make
onion in it.
Yeah.
Throws springs of green onion.
So he can throw little green onions at the villains. Don't rob the Circle K.
Well, and with it being onion, when you cut onions, you cry, so you can make the villains cry.
Oh, good
so they
point.
Can't
if
see.
they injure him, they just start crying because they cut him. That's a good idea, Coop.
Yeah, green onion man.
All right. That was Jay's play of the day. Oilers to win, Ducks to win. It's boosted on PlayAlberta.ca, the Play Alberta app. It's under EST Specials.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right, 4:19. We're going to talk to Jason Smith. He's the head coach of the Oil Kings. He's coming up in about 20 or 25 minutes. Oil Kings start their playoff drive tomorrow, playing the Saskatoon Blades in the first round. The Oil Kings will be favored, but I want to get the lowdown on that matchup. And you're going to hear from Knoblauch, Dickinson, and Murphy in the Oil Understood when we get back.
With 13 games in the NHL, Edmonton wraps up a 2-game road trip out in Vegas, looking to tilt the ice against the Golden Knights. Connor Ingram gets a start for the Oilers. Aiden Hill expected on the other side. Vegas sits 1 point back of Edmonton for second in the Pacific Division, dead even in games played. Swing by Boston Pizza, Clairview to join Tom Gazzola live on location for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. He hits the airwaves to tee up the game alongside Ben Thompson with coverage starting at 6:30 only on EST. Other matchups around the NHL, LA, Vancouver dropped the puck out west. The Kings nosing for a playoff spot, 3 points back of Nashville for wild card 2. Elsewhere, Seattle visits Tampa. The Kraken 5 points behind the Predators, who hold second second wild card spot, 1 fewer games played than Nashville. Sweet 16 action kicks off in March Madness. Iowa and Nebraska tip off a 9-5 matchup, while the Wildcats, the top seed, and Razorbacks, the 4 seed, hit the court. Only 3 games in the association. The Pistons and Pelicans hit the court at 5 o'clock to baseball. 5 games underway. Angels with a 1-0 lead over the Astros, bottom 7th inning. And it's that same score, bottom 8th, in favor of the Red Sox over the Reds. This sports update is brought to you by Sather Reid Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at satherreidsportmed.ca to book an appointment today. The Oil Understood up next for GCL Diesel here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Bruce Boudreau, trying to think of an analogy here, but it's like walking along with your wife and really talking to somebody and say, wow, that other wife is so beautiful. And your wife is sitting there going, what about me? What about me? It was like a real shot against his own coach. And I was sad to see that because, Draisaitl basically said it a couple weeks ago, and I'm going, what are we doing here? That's supposed to be in-house stuff.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for...
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret, unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Okay, is the soccer game over? Do we know?
I got to pull it up here. It was 1-0 earlier for Italy leading against Northern Ireland.
Uh-oh.
And Maddie is riding on this big time.
We don't have any texts or messages from Maddie.
Well, an update on the score.
Spoiler alert.
Full time played through, so the full 90 minutes and whatever else.
Yeah.
Italy came out on top.
Italy wins it.
2-0 against Northern Ireland.
All right.
Maddie isn't going to be a grumpy
no, this does not mean Italy's in the World Cup. It means they're
Not
one
yet.
win closer. So do we have the Wales-Bosnia-Herzegovina score or not yet? That should be on...
live right now, one aside between Wales, Bosnia, and Herzegovina.
To say where it is in the match?
I will have to get a full...
We'll have to look closer? Okay.
Scoreline, yes.
All right. That's okay.
I'll keep you posted.
So Italy plays the winner of Wales, Bosnia-Herzegovina. I believe... Do I have it open still? I was looking at it earlier. Oh, I got too many pages open on my computer, everybody. I'm sorry. I think if Wales wins, they host. But then if Wales isn't in the next game, they host it. And then the winner of that game makes the World Cup and is in Canada's group. That's why we're specifically paying attention to this. It's not just because of Maddie. This affects Canada. Canada will play the winner of this last chance qualifier, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Okay.
After extra time, AET, as they say. They're in penalty shots.
Oh, they're already in penalty kick.
Yes.
After extra time. Okay,
After
so there
extra
we go.
time,
So
yes.
we'll probably know something. I don't know if we can watch it somewhere. Well, Maddie will text us.
I'll look to get it up here.
Yeah. Oh, Jasmine threw the score in 2-0. All right. I can't quite see this. Oh, Castor with other Marvel and DC comparables. So that's interesting. Fighting Sioux hockey. Keys to winning. I think he's talking about the Oilers, not EST. Keys to winning. Defense first mentality. Wait for and capitalize on opportunities. Do not force or gamble on plays. And Nurse and Wallman need to stay back and do their jobs. Well, I think Nurse and Murphy have shown a little bit of promise as a D pairing. So we'll see how they do. We're going to bring you the Oil Understood here, presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. Coops trying to get... Are you trying to get basketball on the TV or find soccer?
Find something.
Well, we can put... Well, we got... There's a lot of hockey. The basketball's at 5, so in half an hour we should have something we'll be able to watch, which will be pretty fun. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. The Oilers trying to do it again. They played a pretty committed game against Utah a couple of days ago. Didn't give up a ton of grade A chances. Blocked a lot of shots. The second most shots they've blocked in a game this season. So they're going to try to repeat that and just kind of nail it down. Here's Knoblauch.
I think at this point of the year, it's yes, we did have a meeting with some video, but I think it's the importance of being the message being simple and not overcomplicating things, because everyone should know what we're expected to do and know their positions and their role. And I think it's about just going out there and executing and just playing hockey.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, execution. I think the Oilers, for the most part, know what they have to do for a variety of reasons. I think they haven't been able to do it in consistent stretches this season. The Oilers on the road, not bad, 17, 15, and 5. Vegas at home, coming in at 16, 12, and 7. Two of the new guys who I think have helped, Connor Murphy and Jason Dickinson, both were interviewed today as well. Murphy, after a few years of not being near the postseason in Chicago, enjoying being in a playoff race.
Yeah, I think what's great is it's easy to get up for every game. I think it's something that you want to play competitively and you want to play at the highest stakes. And like I said, it's easy to get the most motivated you've ever been for these games. And you want that pressure in each situation to know that every little play you make, if it's a little a one-on-one or a block shot, that has a big impact on a meaningful game versus the other way around.
All right, and I mentioned the Murphy and Nurse pairing. Murphy takes a look at it.
I think it's really nice. He's an easy guy to play with because we think similarly and wanting to be hard defenders, and he's a passionate leader that you can feel his intensity and his drive to win and be good for the team, and that is contagious as a partner to read off of. So I think it's been really fun to play with him, and honestly, all the guys on the left side have been cool to play with, just to know that they're all solid defensively, and specifically with him, just having some games to build that chemistry. It helps because in the heated parts of the games, you want to be able to have that natural instinct of knowing where a guy is to help defend, and then even to bump two off breakouts and clears and things.
All right, that is Connor Murphy enjoying playing with Darnell Nurse. Oilers and Vegas tonight. Jason Dickinson knows, yeah, it's a big one.
I don't even think it needs to be stated in the room. I think everybody knows every game at this point is crucial, and divisional especially. Every point matters, and such a tight race. You got to take advantage of these matchups to create that separation and get ahead.
The Oilers expected to line up this way: McDavid between Podkolzin and Savoy, Nugent-Hopkins with Roslovic and Hyman, Dickinson with Szymanski and Kapanen, Henrique between Jones and Jarventi. On the blue line, Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Murphy, Wallman with Emberson, Ingram back in net, 3-1-1 in his career against the Vegas Golden Knights. Meanwhile, Vegas, Eichel between Barbashev and Stone, Marner between R. Smith and Dorofeev, Hurdle between Howden and Kolasar, Dowd between C. Smith and Sissons. On the back end, McNabb with Theodore, Hanifin with Korzak, and Lazan with Anderson. Aiden Hill, the goaltender, who came in relief in, 2023 in the playoff series, and helped Vegas finish off the Oilers and then helped them win the Stanley Cup. His regular season numbers against Edmonton, though, not so good. 3-5-1, .891 save percentage, but he does have a shutout. Since the Olympic break, the Oilers 7-6-1. Vegas, not even that good. They are 5-10 since the Olympic break. Got a limerick here from Library Pat, emailing Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. It's Vegas tonight for the Oil. Tempers might get to a boil. There's no Alex P. or Leon, you see, but McDavid, the Knight's night will spoil. Pretty good. I don't mind that one. Pretty good. The Oilers trying to make it 2 in a row. Here's Jason Dickinson on what worked against Utah.
Extremely detailed, extremely committed. Centermen were doing a great job of supporting everybody around the ice to get pucks out of the zone. Nothing fancy about breakouts and alleviating forecheck pressure to to limit zone time. And then when there was zone time, guys were doing a good job of getting in lanes, cutting off pucks where we needed to, and D-men boxing out and doing their job to create loose pucks and battles so that we can transition.
Yeah, well, that sums it up, right? Simplify, work hard, get in the way, don't take risks. Fighting Sioux Hockey put that in the nasty chat as well. We'll see if the Oilers can do that. A little bit more from Connor Murphy on facing the Knights.
Yeah, it feels important. I think every game since I've been here, honestly, I've felt that way, but especially when you're playing your own division and when things are tight and the games start to dwindle down with less and less, knowing that there's less time to catch teams if you get behind. So knowing that we want to build on our game and work on our process throughout the full game on how we played the last couple, but knowing that the intensity is going to rise and we're going to be ready for that to start.
All right, so again, it's a 7:30 game, 6:30 right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, hosted by Tom Gazzola. He will be live from Boston Pizza Clairview, so if you want to go hang out with him, watch the game with him, that would be a lot of fun for you and for Tom. 780-218-9999 is how you can check into the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. You can dive into the wing flavor of the month at the Canadian Brewhouse. It's creamy white cheddar. Rich, cheesy, and smooth, like your favorite white cheddar popcorn, but on a saucy wing. Try them before they're gone. Should we give the third clue, Coop?
I'm thinking we should.
Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game. You're trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's. First correct answer, text it in to the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. And the third clue is 10. The number. Wait. 10.
So,
okay.
Clue number 2 was also 10.
I will say this. It's a different 10. I'll give that as sort of an additional clue. Okay? The first clue was Buffalo. The second clue was 10. The third clue is 10. I mean, I can't really say more without potentially giving it away, except I will say it's a different 10. I'm not giving the same clue twice in a row. Okay?
Okay.
So clue number 1 is Buffalo. Clue number 2 is 10. Clue number 3 is 10. But again, I'm not giving the same clue twice in a row.
Well, usually you make these really easy, Reid. So I
really do. I mean, yeah. I'm pretty much just giving these gift cards away.
You probably have
I might as well rent a biplane and just drop them over the city. Just distribute them over the capital region.
That could be a superhero, Mr. Mike.
Mr. Giveaway.
Or Mr. Giveaway.
I just give away gift cards. Yes.
Just any of them. Yeah, Hudson's. Straight from Hudson. Yeah.
The off-topic topic, your Edmonton-based superhero. Les says the White Mud Moose shows up unexpectedly to get folks to drive more safely. Wow, that's pretty interesting.
Especially on the White Mud. Yeah, I travel that frequently. I wouldn't mind White Mud Moose.
We've had a lot of creative suggestions today. It's been a pretty good couple of days for the off-topic topic. So the clues for the Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game. Clue number 1, Buffalo. Clue number 2, 10. Clue number 3, 10. And it's both the number 10, 10. I'm not tricking you and there's like a weird spelling or, it's 10.
It's 10.
Yeah.
But twice for clue 2 and 3.
Yeah.
How about,
but again, it's not the same clue repeated.
No. And that is, in fact, a clue itself. It provides clarity.
I just gave clarity.
No, yeah.
So people don't think like, oh, Reid, you're just too lazy to come up with clues. No, it's not a repeat of the same clue. Okay? All right, more on the Oilers and the Knights. We do want to talk about the Edmonton Oil Kings. I know a lot of people will be going to that game. You want to look at the schedule, by the way, get tickets, go to oilkings.ca. They're playing Saskatoon in the first round. Jason Smith after the break. Oh, a little bit later on, too. How about this guy? I can't believe this guy's on our show. Dustin Nielsen is going to join us from the Nielsen Show on Edmonton Sports Talk. Go ahead, Coop.
The Oilers and Golden Knights drop the puck from Vegas tonight. Edmonton wrapping up a 2-game road trip with Total of 13 games around the NHL today. Connor Ingram gets a start for the Oilers. Aiden Hill expected on the other side. Vegas 1 point back of Edmonton for second in the Pacific. Dead even in games played. Swing by Boston Pizza, Clairview. Tom Gazzola's live on location for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Ben Thompson riding shotgun to set the table for the matchup. Tune in at 6:30 right here on EST. Notable matchups around the NHL. LA Vancouver drop the puck. Kings nosing for a playoff spot, 3 points back of Nashville for wild card 2. And Seattle visits Tampa. Kraken 5 points back of the Preds for the second wild card spot. 1 fewer games played than the Predators. Sweet 16 action kicks off. March Madness, Iowa, Nebraska go at it not in a 9-4 matchup. The number 11 Longhorns challenge the number 2 Boilermakers to open the night at 5:10. 3 games in the association all get going at 5 o'clock. The Pistons and Pelicans on the hardwood. And to baseball, 5 games live. Bottom 9th, Red Sox up by 3. 3-0 against the Reds midway through the 8th. Angels with a 2-0 lead against the Astros. Jason Smith checks in next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The EST Hangout.
I think this is the start of the downward trend of Vegas. Next year, I would be worried if I'm a Golden Knights fan.
3-7 in the last.
They don't have goaltending.
I understand, Matty, because the guys that they brought in haven't been as impactful as anticipated.
Yeah, no one in the league has trailed more than the Vegas Golden Knights, if I'm not mistaken.
That's wild.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Spring. Ready to start your spring organizing? Create space in your garage, closets, and basement with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Okay, hope you're having a great afternoon. We got baseball on the TV here. A lot of baseball today. Blue Jays get going tomorrow against the Athletics. Basketball tonight, if you're into the old NCAA bracket. The first game there tips off in about half an hour. Oilers game at 7:30. So a good night for sports viewing, and of course a good day to listen to Edmonton Sports Talk. Presented by Play Alberta. Why settle for less when you can have it all? Only Play Alberta brings you casino games, live dealers, lottery, instance, and sports betting all in one place. Don't forget to use your game sense. PlayAlberta.ca, the Play Alberta app. We have a bunch of EST specials going on there, including the play of the day that I put together on behalf of Jason Milne, who's away this week. It is a very simple one. Oilers to win on the road against Vegas, and Ducks to win on the road against the Calgary Flames. Of course, then the Ducks are going to be at Rogers Place for a matinee 1:30 coming up on Saturday. Rogers Place is going to be busy because there is Oil Kings playoff action on Friday and Sunday, which is really exciting. They get going in the first round against the Saskatoon Blades, and the Edmonton Oil Kings are coached by Jason Smith. Jason, welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
Very good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for making time for us. I know you're busy getting ready here for the postseason. Tell us a little bit about how your team finished the regular season, because I was it 9-2 in your last 11 or something like that. How did you finish down the stretch?
Yeah, no, I think we played well as a group down the stretch. I think we were, we went through a little stretch where we had some guys out of the lineup and probably didn't play as well as we would have liked to as a team. But, the last 11 games, I think we played pretty good team hockey from start to finish. I think our games were more complete and did a lot of things good, throughout those games.
All right. Look, according to the seeding, the Oil Kings will be the favorite, number 3 against number 6. I know you don't want to give away any secret tips or whatever there, but what can fans expect from the Saskatoon Blades? And, what are some things that your team will have to worry about here in this series?
Well, they're a good team. They've got some real good offensive guys up front, some guys that compete really hard and play a hard game and compete. And we need to make sure we're prepared to match their competitiveness and do things that allow our team to have success.
All right. As this season went on for the Oil Kings, and I know you had a pretty good year, but was there an area or two of growth or maturity with your team that you can look back on now and say, man, like they really came a long way, or I'm really proud of how they developed this?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think from the start of the year, we kind of chased the game a little bit when we were ahead and didn't really play the game the right way. Got away from being detailed and structured, and sometimes guys were maybe looking for the offensive side of it. And as the season went on, we were better structure-wise and being able to close out games.
Jason, do you need to grab a water? I've been there.
No. You know what? I've been fighting this cold for about 3.5 weeks. I can't get rid of it.
Oh, it's a cold. Okay.
The phlegm will come and the phlegm will go, and I just I just wish I could get rid of it, but it's all good.
Okay, I didn't know you had a cold. I've been there on air where sometimes you just got to take a break. Well, the one thing I know about coaches in any sport in any league, you don't sleep enough, right? So you're susceptible.
Yeah, no, you know what? I've kind of learned since I got into coaching that take the opportunity to get your sleep when you can, and on your off days, you know what? There's many days where I shut her down at 8 o'clock. I'll sleep from 8 till 6, and I get lots of rest on the non-game days, and just fighting off a bug. I think we've had a lot of guys get it through our group, and it's managed to stick with me in my throat and my sinuses.
All right. Well, I just thought I'd check. Lucas Sauchin, 88 points in 68 games. Really talented player. I mean, I got to see him play in person a couple times this year. I thought he was very creative and very strong with the puck. Tell us a little bit about your leading scorer.
Yeah, no, Lucas is, he's very skilled. He's got great puck poise and great awareness on the ice. I think, when you're a smaller guy, you have to have some of those skills that are elite, and his vision and his ability to possess the puck, protect the puck, and make the next player are elite. And he's been a big part of our group this year, and the success we've had, he's been, and involved in a lot of that. His ability to, play offensively, but also, he's been really good on the penalty kill for us as well.
All right. Was Ethan McKenzie that went to the World Juniors?
Yes.
Yeah, we had him on the show too. I mean, he's a great story. Like 22 goals from the back end. That's a pretty special talent.
Yeah, no, Ethan's had a great year. I mean, he's kind of been under the radar. He was a real smaller, underdeveloped player when he first got in the league. He's an elite skater, He's got great puck poise and very competitive. And, he's had a great year. I mean, I think very rarely you see a young player like him get a chance to play in the World Juniors without, being drafted and getting that opportunity. And he was a big part of that team for Canada at the World Juniors. Yeah,
he's a great story as well. I think your goalie's more or less split. Now, I don't know if you've announced it. I don't know if you haven't. I don't know if you're going to do it now. But who's playing goal tomorrow?
I'll wait till the game starts to let everybody know on that. But both of our goalies have been good. They've competed and played well. I think the competition between the two of them has been great, and they both have had real good stretches, and both have gone through stretches where they probably weren't happy with their game. But you know what? I love our goaltending. They're both stable on the back and give us saves when we need them.
Right on. Well, looking forward to this series. Again, for people who want to check it out, couple of opportunities for home games this weekend. 7 o'clock tomorrow, 2 o'clock matinee on Sunday, oilkings.ca. You can check the whole schedule there, get the team stats and stories, as hopefully this is a long playoff run. And hopefully we're talking to you and your players many more times in the next couple of months, Jason. Really appreciate your time. All the best, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Jason Smith, head coach of the Edmonton Oil Kings, checking in. So they will be meeting Saskatoon in the first round. We were talking about it earlier this week, Coob, like the standings in the WHL. I mean, the Oil Kings had an awesome season, and still, they finished 15 points behind PA. PA had 110 points. Medicine had 108. Edmonton 95. So Edmonton a .699 points percentage, third in the conference. Edmonton finishing 20 points ahead of Saskatoon. So the Oil Kings should be the favorite there. And we were talking about this earlier. On the other side of the draw, Everett won 57 of their 68 games. They went 57-8-3 for 117 points and an .860 points percentage. So they're the favorite going into this. Good to have Jason on the show. Obviously an incredible popular player when he was an Oiler and now doing a great job coaching. So we'll keep a close eye on that series as well. 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. The River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Check out the River Cree mobile app. Free to download. Get exclusive offers and promotions. Get show tickets. Make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants. It's safe, secure, and it is easy to use. Do we have a winner? Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery after the game. Okay,
3 clues so far.
Well, we'll give the fourth clue in 5 minutes or so.
Refreshing here.
I
don't
before
see
5 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, and of note, you're in the WHL from Medicine Hat. 2 identical twins led in WHL scoring. You've seen that, correct? Marcus Ruck and Liam Ruck.
Did they tie?
We're both 1 and 2. So Marcus Ruck, 21 goals, 87 assists in 68 games, 108 points. And his brother Liam had 104 points, was more the goal scorer with 45 goals, 59 assists.
Which one? Who was the defenseman that had all the goals in the dub? That we were talking about the other day.
Yeah, that was a big one that Billsy brought up. That is Bryce Pickford.
Yeah,
he was
How many goals did he finish with?
Well, tied second in the league, 45 goals.
45 goals as a defenseman.
55 games played for him. So that is insane,
he's
man.
Scoring 4 goals every 5 games as a defenseman.
He had 83 points. I mean, 19 of those on the power play.
Yeah, well, Medicine's Hat's good. I mean, if all the seedings go according to plan, that's who the Oil Kings will play in the second round.
And did they not play them? No, that's incorrect. I was thinking about last year. They're up.
Last year, the Oil Kings played PA. Right. And we're up 3-1 and PA rallied to win. And now PA is the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference this year. Yeah. That'll be a good series. Glad to see the Oil Kings doing well. As we know, I mean, when we've had Jason on, we have several players on. They're all great interviews, great representatives of the team. Kevin Radomski's joined us several times, the Director of Business Operations for the Oil Kings. They do a great job with the promotion, so hopefully it's a long playoff run for them. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com. You can jump into the nasty chat on YouTube. If you are there, Give us the thumbs up as well, man. We were hot and heavy with the thumbs, Coop, but they have slowed down a little bit. We're still not at 100.
Click, click, click.
8
must
away.
You click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Let's get over 100 in the next 5 or 6 minutes, so we're there by 5 o'clock, and then we're in gravy territory over the last hour of the show. The off-topic topic has been fun today for William Huff. Create an Edmonton-based superhero. We have had numerous beautiful suggestions. I liked, who was it, the Cold Crusader that goes around in a big puffy winter jacket and uses the cold as a superpower. That was a good one.
Big Dave with another one. Oilers playoff fan man. Okay. So, I mean, playoffs are right around the corner. Of course, they're in the Moss Pit, as it's been named, in the Ice District. A lot of enjoyment can be had, but this superhero can get day drunk alarmingly quick and has the fortitude to fight absolutely anyone. He most likely won't win and has a high probability to wet his pants.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
He is brave beyond words.
I'm not sure how that's a power that's helpful or super or heroic.
Maybe if multiple people... Multiple villains are around him. He could use that ability to have them scurry.
The urine smell scares them away.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I love where people's minds go.
Yeah, lots of heroes I've seen down there for sure.
Lots of incredible heroes. Yeah. Okay. Let's do clue number 4. Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game. Trying to win a $25 GC to Hudson's. Again, we only accept guesses texted into the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. Maximum 3 guesses per person. Clue number 4 is 31. So the clues are Buffalo, 10, 10, and 31. And if you're just joining us and you're like, Reid, you cheeky old man, you can't give the same clue twice. Giving 10 on back-to-back clues, I'll tell you this, it's not the same clue twice in the context of how this athlete is being presented, leading to the solution, okay?
And who makes the rules, Reid? It's you. If you wanted to give the
I do. I could just give the same clue 18 times in a row and say it's 18 clues, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm giving a clue with the same number, but it's actually 2 different clues as it builds towards this athlete's identity. Okay? It'll make sense. Hopefully it helps somebody figure it out, but it's not the same clue 2 times in a row. So Buffalo, 10, 10, and 31. Oh my goodness, Coop. Guess what? We hit it. Over 100 thumbs on YouTube. Let's see how high we can go this afternoon. Dustin Nielsen is going to check in around 5:20. We have buying or selling for Damon Bunting. Words of the day still to come as well. We're taking you to 6 at 6:30. It's the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola. Here's the 5 o'clock break.
2 guys and a goalie.
Jack Roslovic would be worth a 4-year, $5 million contract. Hire or fire it.
Jack Roslovic is 29 years old. I like him as a player, man, but I don't know why I feel like if he signs a deal, he just shuts it right. I shouldn't feel this way. The only team that wanted him last year was the Edmonton Oilers.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like our espresso martinis and our cracked pepper and sea salt dry ribs. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Spring. Ready to start your spring organizing? Create space in your garage, closets, and basement with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
At 7:30, the Oilers and Golden Knights face off from Vegas. Connor Ingram gets a start for Edmonton. Aiden Hill expected on the other side. Vegas sits 1 point back of Edmonton for second in the Pacific Division. Dead even in games played. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Gazzola live on location at Boston Pizza Clairview. They go live at 6:30 right here on EST. Half a dozen games get going in just a moment. Around the NHL, the Habs play host to the Blue Jackets. The Penguins are in Ottawa against the Senators, while the Kraken face off against the Lightning. Sweet 16 in March Madness, Iowa, Nebraska tipping off in a 9-4 matchup. And to kick off the night in about 10 minutes, the number 11 Longhorns challenge the number 2 Boilermakers. Just 3 games in the association. All get going momentarily. The Pistons and Pelicans tip off. The Kings face the Magic, while the Hornets and Knicks hit the hardwood. Over to baseball in the majors. The pair of games still live midway through the 9th. 3-0 lead for the Angels against the Astros, while the Rays trail the Cardinals 9-7. Bottom 8th inning. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 3 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Okay, appreciate you tuning in this afternoon on an Oilers game day. It's a 7:30 start in Vegas. Oilers 35-28-9. Vegas 32-26-14. Oilers with a 1-point advantage for second in the Pacific Division. Both teams with 10 games remaining. They still have another meeting at Rogers Place. Will that be next weekend? Is that April 4th? They play each other, I believe. But the Oilers can go a long way to get in second place with a win tonight. Same lineup for the Oilers as a couple of days ago, except Ingram will be in net for instead of Tristan Jarry. Aiden Hill's going to go for the Golden Knights. You heard Luke Gazdic mention the special teams. Vegas with pretty good special teams. 5th on the power play, 24.9%. 4th on the PK, 82.1%. Edmonton's power play remains number 1 in the NHL at 31%. I guess not looking clearly as dangerous without Draisaitl. The PK, and Edmonton got a shorthanded goal last game, 76.6%, which is 26th in the National Hockey League. So some of the key numbers there. The Oilers' leading scorer, of course, Connor McDavid, 118 points in 72 games. Jack Eichel for the Golden Knights, 74 points in 64 games. So McDavid, he's still looking for the 800th assist, right? He got goal 400 and 401, and he got 1,200 points, but he still doesn't have that 800th assist.
That is correct.
Right, because it was possible he could have had 400, 800, 1,200.
Yeah,
but
all
it
in one game.
didn't work out that way. Okay.
Yeah, for Milestone.
Yeah, but
Magic.
his stat line would have been that even. All,
Yeah, you could
all
add
divisible
400.
by 400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, he became the third fastest NHL player to reach 1,200 points.
Not bad
as well. Yeah, he's doing just fine here in E-Town.
He's doing okay. All right, yeah. So 7:30 game, 6:30 GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show hosted by Tom Gazzola. Do we have a winner yet? Did we get a winner over the break? Nobody yet.
No, nobody has got the right guess.
Well, if we don't get a winner soon for the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game, remind me to give the fifth clue before we break in about 15 minutes-ish, maybe a little less. And then Dustin's coming on at 5:20. Okay? So that's what we'll do. Nobody has it. The clues are Buffalo, 10, 10, 31. Again, the 10 relates to different things, so I'm not repeating a clue. I guess you got to figure it out, though. That's a big part of getting the mystery athlete. Buying or selling, presented by Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, the Instagram handle of Damon Bunting Real Estate. So I'll give the games again tonight, Coop, that people got to worry about. 13 games. Anaheim at Calgary. If you're an Oilers fan, go Flames. It hurts me to say that, but I got to say it. Where is my other one here? Or the other ones. San Jose at St. Louis. Go Blues. Though San Jose is fading. Seattle at Tampa Bay. Go Lightning. Well, I mean, they're perfectly coached.
Yeah, why not cheer for
So
him,
Tampa
right?
Bay is obviously going to win.
I mean, if Connor McDavid is so... right? Is praising the coach so much. Why
LA
don't you like him?
LA at Vancouver. Go Canucks.
Yeah.
So those are the four games you really got to pay attention to. Like other Western teams in action, but not much of an impact on the Oilers in some of those games. Colorado Winnipeg, I think that could be an interesting game. I'm not counting out the Jets. Maybe I'm being completely silly and irrational. I'm not counting out the Jets. Refuse to do it.
Through 71 games, 30, 29, and 12 for them. 72 points, and the threshold there for Nashville, who sits in wildcard 2, 77 points.
I mean, if the Jets are in tough, like if Nashville wins tonight and the Jets lose, it's 7 points with 10 games to go. Like you're pretty much eliminated at that point.
Yeah, that's a hard going up the
ladder. I'm not saying that. Hey, success isn't easy, baby.
Well, they face Colorado today. They face them Saturday, and then they match up with the Blackhawks.
So this is a home and home. Jets and Avalanche.
Home and home for Jets and Avalanche. Then it's the Stars, Blue Jackets, Kraken, Blues, Philly, and then the last three. It's
okay later on. Yeah, by then it may not matter. No. Well, we'll see. They're not out of it till they're out of it. All right, do you have a buying or selling for me, Coop? What's going on?
Yeah, I brought this up earlier today while we were all prepping for the show, and the way dynasties, in my opinion, have worked in the NHL, at least in the past 20 or so years, has changed. Now I have this question. Buying or selling here for Damon Bunting. Winning 2 straight cups in today's NHL is a modern day dynasty.
No, selling. My God. No, selling.
So the Penguins weren't a dynasty. Lightning weren't.
No.
And then Panthers, who made it 3 straight.
No, well, here's the thing. I think with the Panthers and maybe even the Lightning, we'll see. So the Lightning, they won in 20, won in 21, lost in 22. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say hypothetically the Lightning win this year lose the final next year, and win the cup again in 29.
That'd be a dynasty over 10 years.
4 cups in 10 years with 2 other appearances. To me, that's a dynasty.
So are the Blackhawks a dynasty winning 3 and
5? 3 and 6, right? Because what they won in 10, 12, and 15. It's actually 6 seasons.
Yeah, 09, 10. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, 6.
Because what did it go? Chicago, Boston, Chicago, L.A. What was the order?
It flipped it around, yeah. So 09, 10, Blackhawks. Then it was Bruins in 2011. 2012, the Kings hoisted the cup. Blackhawks once again in 13. 14, it was the Kings and Blackhawks again before the Penguins.
Yeah, I guess that'd be close. I mean, to me, if it's going to be a dynasty, you have to win at least 3 in a row, or win 3 or 4 in probably less than a decade, and maybe have other finals appearances. So I would say. So the New England Patriots never won 3 in a row, but I would say from what was the first year they won, 99 or 2000, until their last one, I would say the Patriots were a dynasty. What was it, 6 Super Bowls? 3 losses, I think, off the top of my head. And usually one of the best teams in the league. They only missed the playoffs, I think, once or twice. One year they were 11-5 when Brady got hurt. That's a dynasty. 20 years, 6 championships, 3 other appearances in the Super Bowl. That's a dynasty. Okay? That's a dynasty.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, with that same line of thinking now, you think of the Red Wings of the late 90s. Of course, they went back-to-back. But they won in 01, 02 as well. Then won in 07, 08 before losing in the final. Would they be the last, I guess, thing closest to dynasty in the NHL then? Because they won, 3 times in the span of 10 years, went back to the final just on the outside of that.
The Wings won 4 cups, didn't they?
Yeah, they won 4.
Was it 96, 97?
Yep.
And then 2 and
08.
And 08.
Against Sid in his first
pretty
appearance.
Good.
I mean,
that's pretty good.
That would be up there. I would put the Blackhawks in the argument as well. But losing out, and if the Lightning can get it done in the next couple of years, I would agree that they would have to be up there for sure as a dynasty, losing out. And then going back to back.
Back to back. But look, back to back is impressive. Of course, winning a championship is incredibly hard, and it's impressive.
Well, you see where the Panthers are now.
It's difficult, right? But it's, to me, just winning back to back. No, there has to be something else. It's at least 1 or 2 other championships in the vicinity of that.
Okay,
that's how I think about it anyway.
Sure. Okay. Well, now with that, no chance at a three-peat here for the Panthers, sitting bottom.
No, they're not going to make the playoffs
in the East for sure. Yeah, they're not going to make it. They're going to be back in the playoffs next year, buying or selling. The Panthers.
Buying.
Okay, that's a pretty easy.
Because they'll probably have Barkov back. No, we don't know who their goalie is going to be necessarily.
Yeah, Bobrovsky's
because he's going to be a free agent. But I would think the Panthers will be back into the playoffs.
Now, all right. You
sound like you're a professor. No, let's go here. Turn to page 112.
Well, because I'm very curious on your thoughts on this. Now, 40 years ago today, I was tracking on whatever website on this day in history. Guns N' Roses was signed by Geffen Records? Geffen Records. In 1986, buying or selling that Guns N' Roses is an overrated band?
I am selling.
Okay. So
I think that it's a discussion that can be had because they really don't have a large catalog of albums. But Appetite for Destruction is, I think, if I were to pick, now I love Def Leppard, but if I were to pick the 3 best hard rock albums of the 1980s, whatever you want to call them, I would say it's Hysteria by Def Leppard, Back in Black by AC/DC, and Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. It's a legitimately great album with great songs. Now, then they they know they put out, I think, the little EP, Patience or Lies or whatever it's called. Then they had the double album of new material in
Use Your Illusion.
1 and 2 was 91 or 92.
Yeah, 91, yep.
You know, which there's a lot of good stuff on there for sure. Maybe they could have just stuck to one album. Like they kind of were on this hype train where it was a little much, I thought. But I think if you look at what they actually produced, even though there's not a large catalog of it, I can't say they're overrated. They have a ton of great songs and a ton of hits. So, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, Welcome to the Jungle, just 3 songs off the Night Train off the first. Almost every song is a great song.
Yeah, November Rain on
then November. Use Your Illusion. You got Don't
yeah.
Cry. You got November Rain. You got Civil War. Right. Like you got Estranged. Like you got all these great songs with these great riffs.
And they have iconic members.
And they stayed around. Are they still all together? But I saw them at Commonwealth, I don't know, 8 years ago.
And they're coming back here, right?
Is it all of them together? Is it still
no,
with
I'll
Axl?
have to confirm that it's with
So they're
Axl,
still
yeah.
out there doing stuff. Like they didn't fade away. So I don't think in any way Guns N' Roses is overrated. I mean, they didn't have the longevity of putting out new material. They're kind of with, I guess, those 3 albums.
Yeah, they're major ones.
The major ones, but I don't think they're overrated. They made legitimately great songs. Yeah, Mech says they're properly rated. Yeah, I would say they're properly rated.
Okay, because there was a lot of hype behind them. Yeah,
yeah, and I think they bought into their own hype with Use Your Illusions. You know, like you got to put out 2 albums. You know, like and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And supposedly it was kind of a mess making those. But so Jay Onrait worked with. What was his name? Engineer Jim. When he was at Fox, he worked with a guy, I think he went by Engineer Jim, who worked on the Use Your Illusions.
Oh,
and Jay got him on my show once when I was doing Inside Sports, and he said it was just kind of a mess putting those albums together because it was like, who's going to show up today? You know, it's like
they're all partying,
or whatever. It's like, well, you're here today. You better play your guitar part because we don't know when you're going to be back. And
Jim Mitchell. Was that his name?
I think that's his name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Les says they had the Spaghetti Incident. That was all covers. That was an album of covers. So I don't include that in the same sort of catalog.
It's not their own music,
catalog. Yeah. But no, I don't think they're overrated. I think they're properly rated. I think it'd be overrated if people labeled them the best rock band of all time. Again, I don't think they did enough material to earn that, but I think they are certainly of a certain era and were very successful in that era and made music of that era that was very, very good.
Now, growing up, they were sort of the impression that I got is they were one of the greatest rock bands of all time. That Guns N' Roses, if you ever had the chance to see them, it was an unreal experience, and I'm sure they put on great shows. But as I got older and started listening to Guns N' Roses for myself, sure, they have those great songs. I've listened to most of their catalog, haven't really listened to the Spaghetti Mess or whatever it's called, the Spaghetti Incident. But I listened to those main 3 albums and I'm sitting there thinking like, yeah, this is great stuff, but I don't really see what a lot of people.
Well, that's fine. I mean, but it's not the music of your era, right? Like Nick in the North says, Chinese Democracy is GNR's best album, #scalding hot take.
2008.
Nick, I know I didn't mention that one. I didn't mention it intentionally because isn't that just Axl with a bunch of other guys? So
yeah, let me see. It came out November 23rd, 2008.
Yeah, and I think Axl was working on it for years. So yeah, if it's a good album, it's a good album. I don't consider it a. Maybe I'm just being weird about it, but like music is like. Well, I remember reading stuff about music, and somebody said once, I can't remember who. Usually you decide what music you like sometimes between the ages of about 12 and 25, and then that's what you like the rest of your life. Like when I put Def Leppard on and some of the other bands I liked in the 80s and the early 90s, like that sounds cool to me. Like that captures what I like. You know, like I can listen to Hysteria front to back and still hear all the uniqueness in it and how it stood out from other music in that era. You might hear it and be like, well, Reid, there's no difference between Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, and Poison and Motley Crue. To me, there are massive differences.
Oh, for sure. I'm a big Motley Crue fan. Like, I would sort of put just Guns N' Roses like a tier or two below them. They sort of had that same sense of fame, very iconic members on both sides. But I think Motley Crue is a superior band by far compared to Guns N' Roses.
I wouldn't say that at all. Guns N' Roses made better music than Motley Crue. But that, to me, that's not even a doubt. Like, Motley Crue has some good hits. They have more albums. I don't think that Motley Crue's albums are as deep as a lot of other albums in that era.
I could see that. The production quality as well, I'd find with some of those Guns N' Roses albums. And I don't know, you look at the two vocalists, like they both have their unique capabilities, maybe give the edge to Guns N' Roses, but
Rip City Step says, Coop didn't grow up having to make sure you were slow dancing with the right lady when November Rain came on at a school dance. That's a great point by Rip City Step in the Nasty Chat. By the way, if you're in the Nasty Chat, that means you're on YouTube. Subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't already. Give this show a thumbs up if you haven't already. Once you've given it a thumbs up, then click the share button.
Do you believe in life after love?
And send the show link off to somebody else. Thanks to Jasmine in the Nasty Chat for spoiling the movie Weapons for me. I'm not even going to read that on air, Jasmine. Thanks for giving away a key fact about a character in the movie Weapons.
Wow.
Now I can't watch it without...
Way to go.
Like, why can't you just say character instead of the word that you used?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Like, talk about spoiler alerts.
Yeah, that might be a tough one to go back and watch now.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Well, I'll be watching that second movie, I guess. I'm not sure if you will.
How do I watch Weapons now with a clear mind that I know that she said that about that character?
I think you would still enjoy it, but yeah, that's
my God.
That's rough.
Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. It's time to turn up the fun with the all-new Play Alberta app, your digital destination for casino, live dealers, lottery, instants, and of course, sports betting. Jay's play of the day, which I've been putting together this week because Jay's away. Oilers to win over Vegas, Ducks to win over the Flames. The wonderful Dustin Nielsen when we get back.
Games in the NHL, 6 of which are live. The Senators up 1-0 over the Penguins, while the Stars trail the Islanders 1-0. We also have the Flyers putting up a deuce 2-0 at home against the Blackhawks. All three of those games midway through the opening frame. And the Sweet 16 March Madness kicking off. One game live, number 11, Texas, leading number 2, Purdue, 2018. Midway through the first half, and in just a moment, Iowa and Nebraska tip off. Iowa, the 9 seed, Nebraska, the 4 seed. Just 3 games over in the association, all of which are live. Just over the midway point of the first quarter, Hornets 24-16 lead against the Knicks, while it's an 11 tie between the Pistons and Pelicans. In baseball, just one game live, top of the 9th, Rays down 9-7 to the Cardinals. And just after 6:30, the D-backs and Dodgers go at it. Dustin Nielsen up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
How much are you reading into anything that he said? Yes, you don't see a lot of other teams, guys praise the other coach as much as he did, but as Tommy mentioned, he's played for Cooper.
Yep.
I think anybody who's played for Cooper probably understands how good he is at his job and how he's probably better than your coach. I mean, that's usually how it would work in that situation.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You know the saying, April showers bring May flowers, but really May brings you...
Mom, I'm home from university.
Need extra space? Sentinel Storage. Affordable, convenient, and Canadian storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free, plus students save 10% on continued rental. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Goodwill is
one shopper. Finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket. A deal. One donor. Letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one. The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Love the thrill of competition, but prefer to keep it classy? Well, it's as classy as you can get when Dustin Nielsen is the host. Join us April 14th at Bellinskona for Edmonton Sports Talk Bid for Kids, presented by GS Construction. A night filled with special guests, auctions, and a ton of prizes in support of kids sport. No whistles, no play clock, just a room full of generous hearts. EST's Bid for Kids. Get your tickets at kidsportbidsforkids.com. Use promo code ESTBIDS for 10% off.
Hope you're having a great day. Oilers game night, 7:30 contest against the Vegas Golden Knights. The Oilers have won the last 4 regular season meetings between these two teams. They play them tonight. They still have a game before the end of the season at Rogers Place as the Oilers try to nail down a playoff spot, maybe even get home ice advantage in the first round. If you're tuning in this afternoon, I better give the clue here before we give Dustin, because we might get a winner while Dustin's on. The fifth and final, I may have to come up with another clue, though I think somebody will get it now. The fifth and final clue in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game, and you must text your guesses to the River Cree Resort and Casino text line, the inbox, 780-218-9999. The fifth clue is Blue Devils. Who put a basketball game on? We don't need a countdown show.
Oh,
Find an NCAA game. So the clues are Buffalo, 10, 31, and Blue Devils. And 10 relates to 2 different things, the 2 10s. It's not the same clue twice in a row. I would think somebody's going to get it now. But if nobody gets it by the end of the Dustin Nielsen interview, I'll have to come up with a 6th clue on the fly. I don't know what I'm going to do, Dustin. He's on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Now, you know who this athlete is and why I did those clues this way, right? I told you earlier.
Yeah, I got it after the 5th clue. So
yeah, you did. That's true.
I guess I'm smart.
SMRT, baby.
was sniffing around it after the 4th clue. But it took 5 to get her done.
Yeah,
somebody will get it now.
Somebody will get it now. I hope so, and then that person will understand why I did 10 twice. I'm saying too much. I don't want to give it. Don't want to give it away. I'm pretty much just handing the gift cards out on a platter at this point. Like, jeez. All right, what's going on? So what do you do in the afternoon when you're not at work? Watch Con Air over and over again, or what?
Well, I wish. I napped. I woke up from my nap about 35 minutes ago, finished an episode of Quantum Leap that I've been watching, and went upstairs, saw my kids. Marshall was playing some NBA hoops. Elizabeth was upstairs, and then I said, Daddy's got to go on Reid Wilkins' show. And they were both like, yay, Reid Wilkins, because I love you. So, yeah, they were very excited, yeah.
I'm glad somebody does. Okay, so I had a laugh to myself earlier today because I was on your show in the morning, and you brought up Quantum Leap. And then I was vacuuming today because I'm Jay and I are the vacuum tandem. So I was vacuuming in your office. So I was behind your desk, moved your chair and vacuuming. And you had your tablet propped up there, and Quantum Leap is paused. And I was like, he's actually watching it.
Look, man, I wasn't kidding today. Like, today is the 37th anniversary of Quantum Leap, and I've had a lot of favorite TV shows. I love Game of Thrones. There's a bunch of them that I loved. But Quantum Leap was always my favorite. Like, since I didn't watch it when it first came along because I was kind of young. And then my dad sort of got me into it in high school. And then I got to the point where, like, in university, my buddies would all be up heading to school. And my first year of post-secondary, I went to university and I wasn't too into it. And then I didn't have a vehicle. My vehicle broke down, and the boys would come over and be like, hey, you ready for class? And I'd be laying on the couch because Quantum Leap was on TV at like 7 a.m. So I just be like, no, I'm not going to school today. I'm going to watch Quantum Leap and play video games. So like, I've rewatched the whole thing, I don't know how many times. And so today it was the 37th anniversary. And I like to have something on while I'm working and doing stuff. So between shows, I was doing some work, and I threw Quantum Leap on the old iPad, buddy.
Okay, so what's the best episode then? Do you have one that's your favorite?
Yeah, at one point he leaps into Lee Harvey Oswald, which was pretty sweet. But there's a series of episodes. I can't remember what they're called. I think it's the end of season 2, beginning of season 3, or end of season 2, beginning of season 4. And I think that one of them actually won an Emmy. Like, it was extremely well done. I don't want to get too into it, but he like leaps in to, I guess, it's been around for 40 years. I can spoil it.
I think you can spoil it a bit.
He leaps into himself and has a chance to like win the high school basketball championship that he didn't win when he went through his life the first time. But while he's there, he's trying to convince his brother to not go to Vietnam because his brother dies in Vietnam.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And then he says, if I hit the game-winning shot, promise me you won't go to Vietnam. He hits the game-winning shot. He ends up going, his brother goes to Vietnam anyway, but Sam leaps out of himself into a guy in his brother's troop in Vietnam. And then he's with his brother on like the day he's supposed to die. And then there's like another tie-in. It's an awesome episode of television, that one. It's really good.
So you got to help me here because I think I saw episodes along the way. Yeah. What was the initial premise? What year are they in, and why do they have this leaping technology to begin with? What were they trying to accomplish?
They were in the future. I can't remember what year they were in the future, but the guy who ends up leaping around, Sam Beckett, Scott Bakula, he's an awesome actor. He's like a genius. They call him like the next Einstein. Like, he's at 6 degrees. Like, he's awesome. So he invents time travel. And then he stepped into the machine before it was technically ready, and it leaped him back because I think somebody was going to take away their funding. He's like, I got to prove that it actually works. So he got into the machine, he leaped, and then they couldn't get him back. So he leaped around for 5 seasons, and then they kind of leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger at the end. But it was, if people haven't seen it, I had a buddy text me this morning. He goes, I saw your tweet about Quantum Leap. What do you think? I said, dude, there's some really good episodes of television in there. It's an easy watch. It's a lot of fun.
But it's just his consciousness he found a way to send back in time.
No, his body goes into like the person's body, but so like when he looks in the mirror,
yes,
he sees the person, but the person that he leaps into that person actually leaps back to like the waiting room in the future and is there while Sam's trying to put right what once went wrong.
But he looks like that person in the past.
He looks like that person. Yeah, yeah. He's like in there. He's in their body, but their body. I don't know. I guess I can't really describe it. But everybody sees. But he leaps into women. He leaps into, and in one episode, I think in the 5th season, he leaps into a chimpanzee who's being like.
No way.
Yeah, I swear to God, who's like being tested on. Like he's it's
so he can't talk.
Like it. It's good.
Yeah.
No, so that one he can't talk. Yeah, it's so it's kind of funny. It's a good show, man. This is my favorite hit ever, man. This is great. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, well, I love those science fiction premises.
You would like it, I think. I think you would like it. And there's a lot of like in one episode, he was trying to connect this woman that actually this is a good episode too. So he bumps into he's an older man in the episode. But he bumps into a woman that he would marry in the future. And then something didn't go right in the future and they didn't stay together, but he always loved her. So he was trying to reconnect her with her dad. And what ended up happening was that like her dad that night was at the Watergate when the scandal was going down. And yeah, so it ties into like pretty significant history a few times. Like the one episode, he's like all around Lee Harvey Oswald. Then he hops into Lee Harvey Oswald and they go for an episode and he's Lee Harvey Oswald and like Oswald's starting to like take over his mind. It's pretty slick. I like it.
So did they, sorry, I'm spending too much time on this, but I find it interesting. Yeah. Were there ever any things, he changed the past and now the present is all messed up because of that? Or did they not worry about those?
I mean, for the most part, like that's what he was there to do, was to change, put something right that went wrong. And then there's a plot twist where like some people think like it was God that was leaping him around, correcting some of his mistakes along the way. Okay. And then at one point there's an evil leaper who's like the devil, and it's all over the place. It's pretty good, but like it's good because every episode he leaps into like somebody else's body and there's another task, and it's pretty fun actually. I like it.
All right, there's the lowdown.
Super nerd talk. Sorry, everybody.
No, this is great. Well, I like it. Yeah. It's funny. It's something you're passionate about. We can talk about it. Yeah. Dustin Nielsen joining us from the Nielsen Show. If you have us on YouTube this afternoon, we're over 100 thumbs. Let's see if we can get to 130. We're at 116. So if you haven't clicked, get in there and click. Oilers in Vegas tonight. Vegas 5-10 since the Olympic break. Oilers aren't great. 7-6-1, 5-10. It has been rare, Dustin, but it's starting to shift here. Like my thing, calling the Vegas Golden Knights the miserable bastards. They aren't that anymore. They might win tonight, but I don't look at Vegas and be like, oh man, it's just going to be like them being chippy and forechecking the entire night. I think they've lost some mystique over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that Mitch Marner's soft, but when you bring in one of the softer players, I mean, it's just the truth. I mean, he's not a guy that's going to come in and play with a lot of edge. And it's not the same team that it has been the last couple of years. I don't know if they get it back on track in Vegas. Like it's been kind of tail spinning for quite some time now, which is kind of weird because we have been sitting here a lot going, Vegas, man, what a waste. What's going on in Vegas? But I mean, if they win tonight, they're ahead of the Oilers, right? So it's kind of summarizes both markets and the seasons that they've had so far. And I want to sit here and go, well, look at Vegas. They've barely beaten good teams all year. So the Edmonton Oilers should win this game. But I feel like every single time during the season, when I've made a prediction for this Oilers team, maybe 30% of the time it's been right. Like I don't know what to expect in tonight's game. I think they should win, but I've said that a lot of times and then they haven't. So, I mean, they got to come out and play tonight. Vegas did pick up, was it on the weekend, a nice win against Dallas? Yeah. They beat Dallas. Dallas is a pretty good team. We saw what Dallas did to the Oilers. So, I mean, maybe they start to figure it out, but they followed up that game against Dallas with a dud against the Winnipeg Jets, who aren't even a playoff team. So, I don't think you can take them lightly, but I also think they're a very beatable team.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And, Aiden Hill's numbers are quite, I mean, he's an 868, like
that's bad.
Jari actually has better numbers than that for the season, not as an Oiler. So hopefully the Oilers can jump on them a little bit. What's going on? Are you leaving us next week?
Yeah, well, I'm going to, it worked out pretty well. Marshall has a hockey tournament in Calgary starting tomorrow. So we're going to go down to Calgary, and my parents happen to be in Calgary. They do like, they like to go to a show in Calgary every year, like a theater thing. So they're there. And so we were talking to them, and I said, well, why don't you take the kids for 5 days, and Tammy and I will sneak away to Vegas. So we're gonna,
nice.
we haven't gone. We went to Vegas, I think a year before the pandemic, with my buddy for his 40th birthday. And that's like the last time we did a trip with just the two of us for more than one night. So it's been like 7 years. So yeah, we're excited to get away for a little bit, and the kids will have fun with Papa and Nana, and then we'll come home and be home in time for Easter. And there's a big sports card show in Sherwood Park next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. So we're going to plan on getting back Friday night, and then we can go hit up that card show on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, we should try to get some people on the station to talk about that. So when you're in Vegas...
They got a huge autograph signing of that thing. I was in at Wayne's today, just quickly. Like on the Sunday, Paul Coffey's signing. Matthias Ekholm is signing. I think Jake Wallman's going to be signing. Podkolzin's going to be signing. And then like the day before, they've got a bunch of old goalies from the Oilers signing. So
nice.
If you are a collector of memorabilia, tons of Oilers going on out there Saturday and Sunday in Sherwood Park next weekend.
So when you're in Vegas, there are a lot of casinos there. There might even be one in the hotel you're staying at. So you may see these wheeled. It looks like a wheel with numbers around the edge, but it's not a wheel like vertical. It's laying down.
Okay, so it lays down.
Yeah, and they put a little ball in there, and the ball spins as well. And then as the ball runs out of momentum, it falls into slots in the wheel, and each slot is assigned a number. Okay, it's called roulette.
Okay.
So I'll give you some money and to maybe tell you what number you can put on in roulette for me. Okay.
Now I get to throw the ball in here? Or?
No, the so-called dealer does it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I always call him the spinner, but I guess it's actually the dealer.
Are they actually called a dealer? That's interesting. That's a weird one to me.
I think they are. I think it's still called the dealer.
Dealing anything.
No, they're just spinning the ball.
So anyway, I put everything on red. That's what you're saying?
I'm going to give you a number. I'll just give you $5 or something.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. It's like just quickly, my calculations, it would be like, what, 36-1?
Something like that, yeah. So you've heard about it. You know how many numbers there are.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen it before. It pops up on my algorithm sometimes, but I've never seen it online or in person before. So I'm very excited about that opportunity. So I don't play slots. I'm kind of intimidated in bigger casinos.
Okay.
So I don't like sitting at a blackjack table in Vegas because I don't want to screw up for everybody else. So I'll probably play a little bit of roulette, and then I will probably play, like, you can get into a poker tournament for like $75.
Okay. Play
for like 2 or 3 hours. They'll give you some drinks. Actually, the first time I was not the first time I went to Vegas, but first time Tammy and I went to Vegas, it was for New Year's, right when we started dating, and she's like, I'm going to go do something. I said, well, I'm going to play in a poker tournament. And I ended up finishing 1-2, and me and the guy chopped the pot. So I won like $1,500 US.
Oh, wow.
Like second day in Vegas. And I was like, oh, poker tournaments are easy. And I've never been in the money since. So I'm going to try to dabble in that a little bit. So we'll see how it goes.
Coob, do we have a winner?
We do.
Who won?
Corey B.
Oh, nice. He's getting a tattoo on my face. So here we go. Dustin, I know you got to go. We'll just go through the clues, okay? So the first clue was Buffalo. This person was raised in Buffalo, went to high school there. Second clue was 10. In the 1992 East Regional in the NCAA tournament against Kentucky, this gentleman went 10 for 10 from the free throw line. The next clue was 10. In that same game, he went 10 for 10 from the floor, including 1 3-pointer, which is how he got to 31 points. 31 was the fourth clue. Blue Devils is his college team that he was on. Who is it, Dustin?
Christian Laettner.
Laettner.
Obviously, he hit the huge shot at the end of the game, but that's why I became a Blue Devils fan. Christian Laettner, Bobby Hurley, Grant Hill kind of sucked me in because I was about 10 when they won that championship, I think. So I got sucked into being a Blue Devils fan. There's been some championships. There's been a lot of heartbreak. There's obviously huge expectations for the team all the time. But yeah, actually, I'm worried about him in the Sweet 16. I think St. John's is a really good team, and I don't think Duke has actually played very well so far in the tournament. So we'll have to see.
That one's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Okay. Hey, thanks for coming on this afternoon. I really appreciate it. I'll still see you tomorrow, of course. Or maybe, I'll still see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be around for a little bit after the show. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, buddy. See you soon.
Yeah. See you, man.
Dustin Nielsen, the owner of the station and the host of the Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric every weekday, 6 to 9, not just on Edmonton Sports Talk, but that's also on 95.7 Cruise FM. So Christian Leitner, the mystery athlete of the game. So Corey B is going to get the $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. He submitted his correct guess on the River Cree Resort and Casino hotline. They have the Tap 25 happy hour, $5.25 drinks, all beers, including bottled draft, import domestic, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine. That's served at Tap 25 Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor, available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Oilers and Golden Knights, 7:30 game, 6:30 here on EST, live from BP Clairview, the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show hosted by Tom Gazzola. All right, we'll wrap it up with words of the day.
Edmonton looks to tilt the ice in Vegas against the Golden Knights. Connor Ingram gets a start for Edmonton. Aiden Hill expected on the other side, with Vegas 1 point back of Edmonton for second place. In the Pacific Division, the dead even in games played. Join Tom Gazzola live from Boston Pizza Clairview as he hits the airwaves for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show alongside Ben Thompson. They go live at 6:30 right here on EST. Other matchups to watch out for, with a half dozen games in the NHL live right now. Kraken 1-1, tied against the Lightning, about 2 minutes left to go in the first. Entering the game, Seattle 5 points back of the Predators for second wildcard spot. One fewer games played than Nashville. First intermission, Islanders up 1-0 over the Stars, while the Blue Jackets and Habs each have a goal after 20 minutes. Sweet 16 March Madness action. Paragame live. It's tied 30 aside between the Boilermakers, the 2 seed, and the Longhorns, 11 seed. Nearing the end of the first half, Iowa and Nebraska 5 minutes into play. 4 seed Nebraska up 16-11, and later on, Illinois and Houston tip off at 8:05. 3 games in the association, all underway, including the Knicks down by 2 against the Hornets. 9 minutes left in the second. Over in baseball, no games underway, but the Guardians and Mariners go at it just after 8:10. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Their in-house team handles everything from selections to completion, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit their showroom, open 7 days a week, or find them at ParamountFlooring.ca. Words of the day up next to close out the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
EST Afternoons.
From the Edmonton Elks, Mark Cordy. Mark, did you receive any from the teams you interviewed with? Like just a bizarre, kind of weird question?
The one weird one I got was they had a box of donuts, and they said, "What donut are you?" A little bizarre, but I don't remember what I answered, but it was Ottawa, and they ended up drafting me in the first round.
You should have just grabbed one and ate it and said, "Not this one."
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Well, we're here. Les in the Nasty Chat says Dusty going to Vegas, hoping to beat Chet's brother-in-law in a poker tournament. Could
There you
happen.
go.
If you're on YouTube in the Nasty Chat and you have not yet given the show a thumbs up, please do so. 6 thumbs to get to 130. So if you haven't clicked, get in there and click. Got a special guest here in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Make your afternoons better at the Canadian Brewhouse. Happy hour runs Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $3.99. See you at the Canadian Brewhouse. Ben Thompson is here joining Zach and I. How you doing, Ben?
I'm great, Reid. Nice shirt.
All right. Thanks. We got the same EST golf
Bingo.
shirt on. So you're going to be at the technical desk right away?
Yep. In about 40 minutes.
Okay, good stuff. So we have a plethora of movie trivia now. So we're going through this first box. So you're going to give me a card, and then Coob's going to give me words of the day. Okay. That's how we're taking people home today.
Yep, let's do it. All right, I'll lead you guys off. What instrument does Marilyn Monroe play in Some Like It Hot?
Oh, I'd be guessing there the flute.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking something along those lines as well.
It's a type of stringed...
A violin.
Ukulele.
Bingo.
Okay, I didn't get it. Way to go quick here.
What 90s movie sees Gene Hackman play a submarine commander?
Crimson Tide.
Okay, yep, correct. In addition to Shirley MacLaine, who else won an acting Oscar for Terms of Endearment?
Nicholson?
Correct. Blade Runner, Total Recall, and Minority Report were based on the works of what writer?
Philip K. Dick.
Correct.
3 out of 4?
Yep.
There's one scene I really like in Total Recall.
Oh, yeah?
Only one, yeah.
Okay. Where does George Clooney's The Descendants take place?
Ireland.
Wrong. Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii. Crap.
Yep. Who plays T.E. Lawrence in Lawrence of Arabia?
O'Toole?
Correct. What movie features Colin Firth as the stuttering King of England?
The King's Speech.
Correct. And last one. What is the last shot in Inception? Sorry, I screwed that up.
The last shot in Inception is the spinning top.
Correct.
6 out of 8?
Yep, 6 out of 8.
Not bad. Pretty good.
That's
All right.
I'd say it's right about average.
Words of the day presented by the Edmonton Public Library. They have an intellectual freedom campaign. EPL stands up for your right to explore every topic, every belief, every opinion without censorship. Intellectualfreedom.ca, EPL.ca. Now, I have yet to get over 50% this week, right, Coop?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
That is correct.
I haven't even got 2 out of 4.
Say what again?
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? And you know what I'm saying.
Well, Ben's got it memorized. Very good. Thanks for listening to the show.
I'm an avid listener.
All right. First word of the day is succedaneum.
Oh.
Succedaneum.
What?
Succedaneum.
Who's a Danium?
Succedaneum?
Succedaneum.
We'd like to know who's a Damium.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
who's
just going to
Damien?
take a stab at it. S-U...
I got it.
Starting over. S-U-C-S-A-D-A-N-I-A-M.
That is wrong.
What is it?
S-U-C-C-E-D-A-N-E-U-M. Succedaneum.
I'm going to say this is...
Do you need a sentence, Reid?
yes, I'll take a sentence. But God, I'm not going to get over 2 again.
I had the sentence here. What the heck? Okay, wait. There we go. When the prescribed medicine was unavailable, the doctor recommended a suitable succedaneum.
Oh,
It's a medical substitute, a prescription substitute.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Gave it, but I'll take the half
yeah,
point.
yeah.
My goodness.
A substitute, especially for medicine or drug.
Okay.
That is the
Wow.
first word of the day.
how about that?
Yeah, that's a hard one. Acquiesce. Word number 2.
Acquiesce?
Acquiesce.
Acquiesce. A-C-Q-U-I-E-S-C-E. Acquiesce.
That is correct.
Dang.
And this means to agree to sort of in a conciliatory way, like as a consolation or as like I decided to acquiesce to Coob's constant request to leave 5 minutes early. Like it's almost like you're agreeing to something you're not totally on board with, but you're granting it to somebody.
I'll give you full points for that.
Hey.
Agree or accept something without protest. So in that context with the sentence that you gave me, it would have fit.
Okay, so
right?
I almost
Yeah.
was too wordy with it.
Yeah. You went too deep, but you dug your way up.
I basically knew what it
you
was. Like
explained
I
it.
decided to acquiesce. Like I'm not going to argue about it. I will acquiesce.
Right, so that's 1, 2,
That's 2.5.
5?
2.5 out of 5. My
Over
best day
2
of
for the
week.
first time this week.
Nebraska leading Iowa 27-23 halfway through the first half. NCAA basketball. Oilers start in about an hour and 45 minutes in Vegas. Ben Thompson is going to go to the technical desk. Tom Gazzola is getting set up at BP Clairview. 6:30, the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. On behalf of the Coob and Benny, I'm Reid. Enjoy the game.